Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Butt Fumble Sports Show on this Thursday. You've done it. You've made it at least this far into the week that pro football takes over from here. We have a good game tonight. The Los Angeles Rams on the brink of either having their season completely go towards rebuild or somehow staying in the playoff chase. The Rams will host the Minnesota Vikings tonight. Great game. We finally have a really good Thursday night game to feast on tonight. Hope you guys are going to be watching. Excited to talk about this one. We're going to talk picks. We're going to talk props. We're going to talk all of that. But we're also going to do some research for it live on the show a little bit later on. We're going to start with fantasy football Q&A because I know most of you are focused on that. But we are going to do some sports betting research probably later in the show, like an hour, maybe 90 minutes from now, because we're going to do our research right in front of you because so much has changed that I actually want to see the line movement. Puka Nacua is now a game-time decision. He's been added to the roster, and there's a chance he could play. Cooper Kupp is most likely playing. It looks really good for him to play. TJ Hawkinson is not playing. So I want to watch the line movement. I want to see how things come down. We're going to do some live sports betting research later in the show. But for most of you, you care about the fantasy football Q&A. That's where we're going to start. Appreciate you being with us. Let's get started, everybody. First question goes to Storytime 97. Bowers or Ingram? I'd lean Ingram. On that one. And then between the Bills or Bears defense, I'd go Bears defense. Jaden Daniels did not practice today, so I like the Bears defense. Geno Smith's throwing a lot. I think the Bills probably get an interception or two, but the Bears against Mariota, that's what I prefer, story time. Lil Sleepy Picks, would you trade Bateman for Keenan Allen? Interesting. I lean towards no, and the reason for that is I think as Rome Odunze gets more opportunities, he could start to cut into Keenan Allen's value, where Bateman's value is going up. And I actually think that could last more than just the last few weeks. It could last into the future and into the fantasy football playoffs. Gavim, Dell or Pickens at the flex? Really tough question because Dell's got such a great matchup, but I'm going to lean Pickens on this one. I'm leaning Pickens just barely because of what I saw with Russell Wilson. Maybe I'm buying into it too much, but it's a wide receiver 1 against a wide receiver 2. I'm going to lean Pickens in the flex. Aiden Thompson, start 2. London, BTJ, Cooper, Johnson, or Worthy. I'm going London, and I'm going BTJ. London and BTJ would be the two that I'd roll with. Cole Hamilton asks McMillan or Dobbs. I'd go Dobbs. I think Jordan Love and the Packers are going to have a great game. Nuve DK's Vikings defense, a good start tonight. Less of a good play than it was 24 hours ago. Looks like Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp could both be on the field. I'm not crazy about the Vikings defense right now. They're giving up so many pass yards. Matthew Stafford should have a really good passing game. I'm not crazy about them overall. Back to the questions over on TikTok. Nico, Saquon for Debo, Achan, and Flowers. Man, I like the trade. You're getting a lot. I wish Debo didn't have pneumonia right now. I don't love giving up an RB1, but I think there's enough there, Nico, where I would say yes to the trade, given what we know right now. Temya Lima, Purdy or Tua? I'm leaning slightly, I think, towards Tua Tagovailoa. I think Tua could have the better game, and I would go Kraft. Tua and Kraft would be the two. Brent, 1 flex, 2 running backs. Gibbs, Jones, White, Mason, Javonte, and Bigsby. Brent, I would go Javonte Williams. Javonte Williams would absolutely be 1. I'd go Gibbs for 2. Gibbs would be number 2. I would probably go Aaron Jones as the flex. Brent, I would go Gibbs, Jones, and Williams. It's close for me between Gibbs and White. I think Jones is probably going to get in there, but I like Gibbs more than I like White. White's got a great matchup, but I'm going to go Gibbs, Jones, and Javonte Williams. Those would be the 3. Frankie, would you trade JT and Terry for Neighbors and Achan? Hell no. Frankie, bad deal. Don't do it. Daniel, pick 1. Warren, Bigsby, or Chase Brown. I'm leaning, let me double check right now. Yeah, it's got to be Warren. I think Warren's going to have a bounce back. kind of second half of the season. Daniel, I think it starts with the Giants' run defense. They've really struggled so far this year. I'd go Jaylen Warren. I think I prefer him over Bigsby. Packers have been a pretty good run defense, so Daniel, I lean Warren. Moby, Connor, JT, or Waddle. I'd go Waddle. JT would be a great play. Only problem with that is the Houston Texans. Jordan, thanks so much. Appreciate whatever that was. That's awesome. Thank you so much for that. Houston Texans have been a top 10 run defense, so especially, here's the only issue. Jonathan Taylor has dominated the Texans historically. He's averaging like a rushing touchdown. So Moby, I think he gets a touchdown if he plays, but given the injury, given the inconsistency, and given the play of the Houston Texans run defense, I'm going to go Waddle. I'll go Waddle, Moby. Matt, Olave or Ingram or D-Hop? I'd go Ingram. I lean Ingram just barely. I like him the most out of all of them. I know D-Hop might get some targets, but I don't know what I'm really getting out of him in this first week with the Chiefs. X1, XA, Amari Cooper, Najee, or Hopkins in the flex. It's Najee Harris. Najee Harris. Bryce, start 2 running backs out of Pollard, Chubb, Bigsby, or Mason. Man, not great plays this week. I'd probably go Mason and Bigsby. Mason and Bigsby. Lions' run defense has been so good that I really don't like Pollard this week. Mason, Olave, or Reed. Reed is the play. Chase Holzman, trade Debo, Dobbs, Madison for CD Lamb. I'm going to say yes, given there are a lot of question marks around those other players. I'm going to say yes. Noob DK, start the Broncos defense. Jordan Johnson, appreciate the support. Let's pin Jordan Johnson's question up when we find it, everybody. When we find Jordan Johnson's question, pin it, moderators. 1, Slumpy Man. Pick 2, Ladd, Worthy, Odunze, Dowdle, or ETM. 1, Slumpy Man. I would go Ladd, and I would go Odunze. Ladd and Odunze would be the 2 for me. Seth, would you trade Achan for Pollard, MHJ, and Wicks? Hell yeah, I'm getting a 3-for-1, and the one player I'm giving up is Achan. Hell yeah, Seth, I'd make that trade. Bryant, Michael, Adams, or Reed? I'm leaning Reed just slightly. It's close. Patriots' pass defense has been really bad. Christian Gonzalez is the one bright spot. I do think he'll be on Devontae Adams. The matchup for the Packers is just so favorable. I'm going to go Jaden Reed, Bryant, but I think both could have really good games. Zachary Marquez, Sam or Matthew, please answer. Okay, this has changed for me slightly over the last 24 hours. I'm leaning slightly more towards Matthew Stafford. I wasn't earlier in the week. Sam Darnold's got a good matchup. The Los Angeles Rams pass defense is not a good one. However, the worst pass defense in the NFL right now is actually the Ravens. But the Vikings are third. The Vikings have been terrible against the pass. You're telling me that 1, TJ Hawkinson is not playing, hurts Sam Darnold. 2, you're telling me that Cooper Kupp is playing, positive note for Stafford, and you're saying that Puka Nacua could play as well. And, by the way, just to complete the thought, the Vikings are a very good run defense, so expect them to limit Kyren Williams, at least in the running game. That's going to put more on Matthew Stafford. A player prop that we're going to talk about later in the show is Matthew Stafford over pass attempts and over completions. 2 plays we like tonight, so just be aware of that. But, Zachary, I'd go Matthew Stafford, and you can kind of hear, early in the week I was on the Vikings. Closer we get to game time, the more I feel like the Rams are going to shock people. A lot of people are picking against the Rams. The money is starting to shift a little bit. The public is heavy on the Vikings. I'm a little worried about it. Ben Reese, Shakir or Dobbs? Dobbs. Ben Reese, go Dobbs. Big Ainge, trade Najee and Pittman for Reed. I actually think that's a good deal overall. I understand there are going to be weeks in which the other 2 outperform Reed, but I think Reed's more consistent. Tylen, trade MHJ and Eckler for Johnson and B-Rob. Yes. Tylen, yes I would. Yes I would. Damian, Jaden Reed for Kareem Hunt and Cortland Sutton. It's an interesting idea. If you believe in Bo Nix and the Broncos offense moving forward, I'm okay with this. Kareem Hunt certainly has value. When does Pacheco come back? It's an interesting idea. I think it's a fair trade, Damian. I don't think I'd do it, but I think it's a fair trade. There's Jordan Johnson's question. Is Hopkins a good start this week? I don't think so. Other than the fact that you'll see Patrick Mahomes try to force him the ball a few times, I'm not crazy about the matchup actually against the Raiders. Raiders are a better pass defense than people understand, so I'm just not crazy about him this week. With Evans hurt, I don't trust Johnson. See, I was about to say it depends on your matchup. If you have Deontay Johnson this week, no Mike Evans, I prefer Hopkins. I prefer Hopkins over Deontay Johnson if that's the question. Also, Kamara or Rachaad White. Well, Kamara has the broken hand, and I don't like the matchup against the Chargers, so I'd go Rachaad White. So Jordan Johnson, so far it's Hopkins, it's Rachaad White, and for me, it's going to be Jordan Love. CJ and Jordan Love, both great plays this week. Both should have monster performances, but Jordan Love has been red hot, and he's playing the Jacksonville Jaguars, who are a god-awful pass defense. So that's Hopkins, White, and Love would be the three, Jordan Johnson. Hope that helped. Jack, bench one. Jack, it's tough. I think I'm benching Bruce Irvin. I think I'm trusting Rachaad White a little bit more because they're going to use him in the run and the pass game without those wide receivers available anymore for Baker. I think Rachaad White's value came back a little bit. Should I start Kyren tonight? Man, I think Kyren Williams may get a touchdown, but he's not a great play this week. The Vikings are a fantastic run defense. In fact, the second best run defense in the league. Not surprising, the teams that are the best in the run are awful against the pass. I'm just worried that Kyren is not going to be the focal point of the Rams offense tonight. I think he's probably still good to start, especially because I don't think there are too many running back options on most teams in most leagues that are going to be better. But am I high on him? No. I would start him, but I wouldn't expect a lot from him. Nico, Myers or Olave? Man, really, really tricky here. If Olave is healthy, I go Olave. If Olave is cleared to go, I lean Olave. Quality work. Trade Hill and Swift for Dobbins and Lamb. That's a close one. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes just barely. The problem is I think the best weeks of Hill's season are right ahead of him. So you're going to lose out there. But I'm also one hit on Tua Tagovailoa away from this being a great trade in acquiring CeeDee Lamb. Right now, CeeDee Lamb's value is very low. Tyreek Hill's value is low but climbing in ways that CeeDee's isn't. I actually like this trade. I would rather own CeeDee Lamb rest of season than Hill because I can't trust Tyreek Hill to stay healthy like I can maybe Dak. Zach Bishop, Pollard or Chubb for this week? Yikes, both are a terrible play. I'm going to say Pollard just barely, but both have bad matchups. Royce, should I start Puka over Ladd if he plays? Yes, if Puka's healthy enough to go, Puka is the play. Mendez over on Twitch, my wide receivers were Godwin and Debo. My running backs are Hall and White. Got offered Moore and Chuba for Josh Allen. What do you think? You're giving up Josh Allen to get DJ Moore and Chuba Hubbard? I don't really want Chuba Hubbard. See if you can get that and make that another wide receiver, because that seems to be the area of greatest need. That's how I'd play it. User 2020, would you trade Mixon and Higgins for Hill, Robinson, and Quentin Johnston? Yes. Yes, I would, User 2020. That said, Mixon, Higgins, both should have very good weeks, but I'd rather own Hill and Brian Robinson Jr. long term. Marr, I was offered CD for Amari Cooper. I accepted instantly. Wide receivers are out. You're getting CD Lamb. You gave up Amari Cooper. If that's the case, yeah, no brainer. Hi, I'm Toby. Trade Devontae Smith, Kamara, and Ferguson and Kirk for Neighbors, Brown, McBride, and Coleman. A lot of moving pieces to this one. You're maybe upgrading a tight end a little bit. You're not upgrading a wide receiver enough. I don't know if I like the deal. Hi, I'm Toby. It seems like you just guys, you did a trade stew. You threw a lot in the pot, but I don't think there's a lot of good value being exchanged here. R. Lopez, James Conner, or Kupp. I got to go Kupp. Cooper Kupp's the play for me this week. Nuve DK, pick two. Saquon, Achan, James Cook, or Hunt. Tough one. This is a tough one. You got a couple players that I really like this week. You got a couple players that I really like this week. This is a tricky one here. I really like Achan. I really like Saquon. I really like James Cook. I really like Kareem Hunt. These are 4 plays that we like. I'm going to lean Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt seems to be getting enough touchdowns in that Chiefs offense. I'm leaning Kareem Hunt, and I'm leaning Saquon. If I could, I'd probably put James Cook as my... I'd probably put James Cook as my flex, and Achan would be the odd man out, thinking with Tua's back, they'll throw the ball more. So I would go Saquon, Cook, and Hunt if I could get all 3 in there, Noob DK. And if I can only get 2, it's just hard for me to sit Hunt and Saquon. They seem to be hunting touchdowns these last few weeks. BJM, James Conner or Kyren. It's tough. Look, James Conner's matchup this week against the Dolphins, probably enough of a good play for me to lean towards James Conner, but I don't feel great about it compared to Kyren Williams has been a touchdown almost every week. I lean James Conner in matchup, but I don't love saying that right now, if I can be honest with you. Bryce, start 1 at the flex. Chuba Hubbard, Olave, Chubb, Olave, or Pollard. It would be Olave if he's cleared to play. Bryce, if Olave's cleared, it's Olave. Jack, Geno, Stafford, or Kirk Cousins. If not Geno, I have to drop him for one of the other 2. Yeah, I think it's Kirk and Stafford are the 2 I'd rather own. I'd probably start Kirk. Love Stafford's matchup. I love the fact he might be getting his wide receivers back, but there's still a little bit of doubt in me compared to Kirk. Kirk should cook this week against the Buccaneers pass defense. Connor, James, start 2. Connor, I'd start Pittman and Jennings. I don't really want to start Demario Douglas against the Jets pass defense. I feel like they're going to have a good week against the Patriots. Show it all Gray, Madison or Warren? Warren. Jalen Warren's the play. Ben Reese, Crafter, and Njoku. Man, I really like both of them. I'm leaning towards Tucker Kraft just barely, but I know a lot of folks out there like Njoku because he's going to be targeted so many times. I just love how Kraft's being used, especially in the red zone. I lean Kraft, but I think both are going to be good plays, Ben Reese. For all of those Njoku owners out there, I think he's a very strong start. John, start 1. Irving, Bigsby, or Jennings. Man, it's close between Jennings and Irving. I think I lean Irving just barely. Xander Simmons, Kyren Montgomery, Rashad Pollard, start 2. I'm going to go Montgomery, and I lean slightly towards Rashad White on that one. Xander Simmons, Montgomery, and Rashad White again. Wish I could find a way to get Kyren in the lineup, but it's a tough matchup against the Vikings' run defense. Luke, thoughts on Puka this week? If Puka is healthy enough for him to be cleared to play, he's probably in my lineup. If they didn't think he could play tonight and have some kind of positive impact on the outcome, they would just rest him an extra week. I was surprised that look, I always thought Cooper Kupp was going to play today. I didn't think Puka was going to get cleared. The fact that he is this close to playing tells you that they're optimistic. They think they can get something out of him. I'd probably play him, especially if I'm lacking options at the wide receiver position. If you're a Puka owner, you might be waiting on him to return to finally bring some value back. I'm okay starting him tonight if that's the case. Zash, would you trade London, Daniels, and Tracy to get Higgins and CMC? No. No, I would not. No, I would not. Dylan Hinson, Connor and T. Higgins for Bijan. Probably not. Dylan, probably not. I love where Bijan's value's headed, but I think Connor and Higgins still probably outperform him. If you don't have a spot, if your team is so talented, Dylan, where you feel like you can make the 2-for-1, I'm certainly okay with it. If it's like, I already have so many wide receivers, T. Higgins he's a flex on my team at best most weeks, then I would do the trade, but otherwise, no. Cook, thanks so much for the confetti. Really appreciate it. Do I play Puka? Answered that one. Dallas fan, Pickens, Waddle, or Adams? Great question. I think I'm leaning just slightly towards... I was going to say leaning towards Waddle, but it's close between Pickens and Waddle. I think Adams could have a very good week, don't get me wrong, but I do think Christian Gonzalez will be on him, and that may slow his production a little bit, limit his production a little bit. I'm going to say Pickens. I'll say Pickens. Waddle coming back immediately gets a lot of value, but I'm going to say Pickens with Russ, maybe a good... the Giants have not been a very good... pass defense to go against, actually. I'm going to take it back, Dallas. I'm going to go Waddle. I'm going to go with my original thought. Dallas fan, I'm going to go Waddle. It's a great matchup against the Arizona Cardinals. Pass defense, Tua Tagovailoa being back. I'm going to go with my original thought. I'm going to go Waddle. I'm going to go Waddle. David Rodriguez, Addison, Robinson, MHJ, or Njoku to start. Oh, start two. I would go Addison and I'd go Njoku. Addison and Njoku, believe it or not, would be the two. John, thoughts on D-Hop? I got him. Great idea. I don't think he's a great play this week, but a great pickup. Aiden Thompson, start two. I would go Aiden Thompson. I'd go Achan, and I'd go Chuba Hubbard. I'd go Achan, and I think I'm leaning Chuba Hubbard. The Denver Broncos run defense, man, it's close between Brian Robinson Jr. I just don't love. Okay, Aiden, I'm going to go Achan and Brian Robinson Jr. I don't love the situation at quarterback, but I still probably prefer it. He gets a touchdown, I think. Aiden, I'll go Achan and BRJ. Eric Anderson, Waddle, Dobbs, Addison, Cook, or Achan. Man, some great plays this week. I wouldn't double up on the Dolphins offense, so I'd go Waddle, I'd go Dobbs, and I'd go Cook. I'd go Waddle, Dobbs, and Cook. Waddle, Dobbs, and Cook, I think, are the three for me. Brent, 2 running backs, 1 flex. Cook, Montgomery, Hunt, Mason, Jones, Adunze, Pickens, Pitts. Okay, Brent, I would go Cook. Man, it's close. Brent, I'm going to go Cook and Mason. It's close between Hunt. Man, you got some good options. I'm gonna go Cook and Mason. And then as the flex, I'm probably taking Hunt as my flex. That's how I come out on it. The problem is I think Jones has a good week. I think Pitts has a good week. You got an assortment of riches there, Brent. Hi, I'm Toby. I'd go Waddle over BTJ. Waddle over BTJ. Jared Bova, start 2. Jared, I would start Dobbins, and I would start JT if he's healthy. I'd start Dobbins and JT if he's healthy. Otherwise, it's Connor. Appreciate the question. Hope you're doing well. Kyle Klein, love where your head's at. I think that's a very strong play, Kyle. I love where that play is. Should I pick up any Bucs wide receivers? No, but I'd value their tight end and I'd value their running backs. Julian, start 3. MHJ, Cooper Kupp, Pickens, Adams, and Kareem Hunt. Julian, I'd start Kareem Hunt. I'd start Cooper Kupp. And I'd start Devontae Adams, I think. Kupp, Adams, and Hunt. I think those are the 3. User 73. I'm going to go James Cook. It's close between Mason and Cook, but I'm going to go James Cook. Wilson or Higgins rest of season. I think it's probably going to be Higgins, but because I trust Joe Burrow, and I think I trust the offensive line of the Bengals, bizarrely, maybe a little bit more than the Jets. Brenna Ford, great to see you. Hubbard or Cooper Kupp at the flex. Cooper Kupp. User 2916. Do I start Kupp and a half PPR over MHJ? Yes, I would. Luciano, Cook or Achan? Close. I'd go Cook. Very close, I'd go Cook. Ben, Puka or JSN? If Puka plays tonight, I'd go Puka. If Puka's healthy enough to play, I'd go Puka. Goff or Geno? I'd go Geno just barely. Goff's just got a tough matchup. The Titans are a very good pass defense. Bills are tough as well, though. The status of DK Metcalf has me concerned. That's a tough one for me. That's not as clear cut. But I'm still leaning. Man, that's very close. Because of the wide receiver situation. I think I'm leaning Geno at the moment, but maybe I'm respecting the Tennessee Titans pass defense too much. Audi, Terry, Kareem Hunt, or Puka? I'd go Hunt on that one. JB, Baker, or Kyler Murray? Yikes is the answer to that question. Jose, thanks for the confetti. I don't like either one, JB. I'd probably go Kyler Murray just barely, But that's because I just don't know who Baker's throwing the ball to outside of running backs and tight ends. Users 75-65, 2 running backs, 1 wide receiver, 1 flex. I'd go Javonte. Which is that? Devontae Smith? I'd go Devontae Smith, and DJ Moore. Are those the 3? I get 2 running backs. Okay, of the 2 running backs, I'd go Javonte and Montgomery, and I'd probably go DJ Moore as the wide receiver. What up, Puka, Tracy, or Tillman in the flex? I'd go Puka. I'd actually go Puka if he's healthy enough to go tonight. Obs, Danny, should I try trading Jacobs for Kupp or Debo? No, I'd probably hold on to Jacobs. Dylan, Adams or Cooper? I'm going Dylan. I go Devontae Adams. Dylan, I'm going Devontae Adams. Appreciate the questions, no matter where they're coming from. Jaden Ortiz, would you play Pickens over any of Hunt, Achan, or Najee? Jaden, no, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. I think I prefer the running backs more. Iman 18, Chuba Hubbard, Pittman, or Wicks? I'd go Wicks. Iman. Eric Anderson, I'm leaning slightly, I think, towards Ingram, believe it or not. Ingram slightly over Kraft, though close. Mason, Kirk, or Daniels this week? Jaden Daniels didn't practice today. Don't expect him to play, Mason. Diego Gonzalez, should I trade Higgins and BTJ for JJ? No, I think you're giving up too much value. I don't like it. Justin Eubanks, pick 2. Justin Eubanks, I would go Reed and Mooney. Justin Eubanks, I'd go Reed and Mooney. Xander Simmons, flex, I would go Cooper Kupp. Xander Simmons, I'd go Cooper Kupp. Mark Gonzalez, MMA, I'd go Waddle. I'd go Olave if he's healthy. Mark Gonzalez, I'd go Waddle and Olave if he's healthy. And then I'm leaning slightly, I think, towards Pittman, just ahead of... It's close between Pittman... You know what? I'm going to go Pickens. I'm going to flip that. Mark Gonzalez, I'm going to go Waddle, Olave, and Pickens. Waddle, Olave, and Pickens would be the 3 for me. Zachary Marquez, trade A.J. Brown, James Conner, and Chuba Hubbard for Achan, Jones, and Cooper Kupp. Yes or no? I have the Adams side. Oh, you have Adams. I don't really want to give up A.J. Brown right now. That's the thing. I don't want to give up A.J. Brown. I love the idea of getting Achan. I like the idea of getting Jones. I'm not crazy about it getting Amari Cooper. I just don't want to give up A.J. Brown, Zachary, so I'm going to say no to the deal. Steve Collins, Ridley or Jordan Addison? Man, it's a great question. I'm going to lean slightly on this one towards Jordan Addison, I think. Super close. Lions' pass defense has been really bad. I know they're going to force the ball to Ridley with no DeAndre Hopkins there, but I think I just trust the passing of Sam Darnold a little bit more right now. Do I really feel that way? I feel like I do. I just don't trust Ridley. I know he's asking for the ball. I just don't trust him at all right now. Bob, start Swift, Kupp, or Cook? I'd go James Cook. Bob, I'd start Cook. Drew, Jaden doesn't play. Do I pick up Jones or Will Levis? I think I'd go with... I think I'd go with Daniel Jones. Believe it or not, I think I'd go Daniel Jones. I think the rushing yards, I don't know. I know Will Levis has a better matchup. I just don't trust him. He doesn't have DeAndre Hopkins. He plays like an idiot. I just don't trust him. Corn Dog, pick 2. I'd go Javonte and Dobbins. Corn Dog, I'd go Javonte and Dobbins. If JT had been healthy, I'd start him, but not in this case. Riley, Lamar, or Caleb Williams? Great question. I'm going to say Caleb Williams. I'm going to say Lamar comes back down to earth a little bit. I think Caleb Williams against the Washington Commanders pass defense could be a good one. So I think I'm leaning Caleb Williams. Just, man, do I believe that though? Because the rushing yards. The rushing yard value is so great. I might have to change this. Riley, I'm going to switch on this because I'm thinking about passing yards. If Lamar gets just about 30 yards, and I think he'll probably get closer to 50 rushing yards, that's enough value to tip the scales. Riley, I'm going to go Lamar. If they're in the passing yards, they're about the same. Passing value about the same. But the possibility Lamar could run for a touchdown or run for yardage, I think Lamar is a slightly better play, Riley. I'd go Lamar just barely. Friday Man Cop, I'd go Njoku. Njoku over Ferguson. Njoku over Ferguson. Romeo, Douglas, Tillman, McMillan, or Bateman this week. I like McMillan. I'd go McMillan, Romeo. Anthony, Paul, Petway. Thomas Jr., Puka, Reed, McLaurin. What two would I go with? I'd go BTJ and Reed. I'd go BTJ and Reed. Fewest question marks around those two. Jerry, Dobbs, Mason, or Stevenson. I'd go Mason. I think barely over Dobbs. Super close, though. Really a coin flip between those two. I like Stevenson as well, but just not as much with the offensive line of the Patriots. I'm leaning Mason just barely over Dobbs. A lot of mouths to feed all of a sudden in the Packers offense. I think Mason gets you a rushing touchdown. I lean in that direction. Ben Wilson, start 3. Ben, I would start Cook, Jones, and I'm leaning slightly toward James. I'm leaning towards James Conner. I kind of want to see a week of David Montgomery kind of coming back from that knee. I'm just a little bit concerned about that. Tennessee's been a pretty good run defense. So, Ben, I'm going to go Cook, Conner, and Jones. Cook, Conner, and Jones. JB, what if I pick up Stafford off waivers for this week instead of starting? JB, love that. JB, that's what I do. Bobby D, Jacobs, Montgomery, or Achan in the flex. It's Achan. It's Achan, Bobby D. Brandon, trade Marvin Harrison Jr. and Chase Brown for DK Dell and Javonte Williams. Yes, I would actually do that deal. Appreciate the questions. Mr. Plow, pick 2. St. Brown, Dobbs, or Moore? Oof, good question. I'm leaning towards Moore and Dobbs. I just don't think St. Brown, especially if he goes up against Snead, has a great week. I know no Jamison Williams, but that means more defensive attention on St. Brown. I'm going to say Dobbs and Moore. Shocker. Mike, pick 3. Adams, Higgins, BTJ, Mooney, Worthy, Jennings, or Bucky. Mike, I'm going to go Adams. I'm going to go BTJ and Mooney. Adams, BTJ, and Mooney. It's very close between Higgins and Adams, but I think I'd go Adams, BTJ, and Mooney. It's close, though. Temulima, Addison, BTJ, or Dell. 3 wide receivers I really like this week. I'm going to go BTJ just barely. BTJ barely. I think Dell has a great bounce back week, but I think I trust BTJ a little bit more as the wide receiver 1. I know Packers are coming on from a pass defense standpoint. I think that comes back down to earth a little bit. Xander Simmons, I have Kyron Williams, Rashad White, Pollard. Am I good to drop Bucky to get Kupp off of the IR? I would say yes right now. I would say yes. C. Bates, Puka, Tank Dell, or Deontay. On that one, I'd go Dell. C. Bates, I'd go Tank Dell. Zach Stinson, Pitts, or Marvin Harrison Jr. Believe it or not, it's Kyle Pitts. Zach Stinson, it's Kyle Pitts. GX Ghost, Tua or Stafford. I'm probably leaning slightly towards Stafford, believe it or not. It's super close, but Stafford's been healthy. The Vikings are a bad pass defense. Vikings pass defense so far this year is the 3rd worst. I'm going to lean slightly towards Stafford. Close, though. Pick 2, Achan, Cook, Mason, or Montgomery. I'm going to go Cook and Mason. I'm going to go Cook and Mason on that one. And it really has to do with the fact that the Cowboys' run defense has been so bad. I'm going to go Cook and Mason. TYFT Gaming, should I start McMillan or Pearsall? I'd start McMillan. NFL Core, London or Tyreek rest of season? I'm probably leaning Drake London because I don't trust Tua to stay healthy. Dan, pick 2. Dan, great question. I like all 3. I'm probably leaning Dobbs and Dell. It's close between Mooney and Dell. I wish I could start both, but I think Dell bounces back. I think Dobbs and Dell are going to be the plays. Landon Wilson, hear me out. Is Hopkins a must start? No, he's not a must start. I'd go with DJ Moore. MB, Goff or Baker? I'm probably leaning towards Goff right now, even in a bad matchup. Andrew, since Reek is questionable, do I play Kupp over him? The answer is Tyreek, questionable. I think he's going to play. The way he talked to the press, I think he's going to play this week. But yes, if you want to play it safe, Cooper Kupp tonight, I think it's a good matchup. Zach Stinson, Kyle Pitts, we answered that one. Raggedy Pancakes, I'm leaning slightly. I wouldn't. I'd go Otten. Raggedy Pancakes, I'd go Otten. Nacho, Vikings or Jets defense? Jets defense. Jets defense. Sumi, Dobbs, and Montgomery for Waddle and Hunt. I think that's an interesting trade. I'd probably keep Dobbs and Montgomery, but it's close. It's very close. I think it's... Sumi, I'm okay with it. If you want to do it, I'm okay with it. The Rob Guy, trade CeeDee Lamb and ETN for Gibbs and McLaurin. Yes, I'd do that trade, the Rob God. Oh, Kupp or Reed. Reed would be the play on that one. Brent, flex one and one tight end. I would go Brian Robinson Jr. and, oof. If Puka were back, if Puka were fully back, it'd be Puka. But I'm going to go Brian, that's close. That's close, folks. I'm going to go Brian Robinson Jr., and I'm going to lean slightly towards Otten. So, Brent, it's Robinson Jr. and Otten. Christian, Legion Blitz, I'd go Caleb Williams. I think I'd lean Caleb Williams just barely. Wait a minute. Do I mean that? The 49ers pass defense. You know what? I'm going to change that. It's close. Christian, I could flip on that one. I'm going to go Caleb Williams for now. But I'm kind of... Mason, I'd go Christian Kirk. LOL Manning, start Kirk or Caleb. We were just kind of curious about that. I'd go Kirk on that one, though. Connor, James, Purdy or Baker. Purdy. Luke Savide. No. Luke Savide, pick two. Pickens, Waddle, Brian Robinson Jr., and Javonte. Pick two. Pickens, Waddle, Brian Robinson Jr., or Javonte. I'd go Javonte and Waddle. TYFT Gaming, I'd go Mooney. TYFT, man, it's close. I'm going to flip. I'm going to go Sutton. I think he bounces back. I think Sutton bounces back against Carolina. I'm gonna take Sutton. It's super close here, but I'm gonna take Sutton. It is close, but I'm gonna go Sutton barely over Mooney. Close though. Wow. Wish you could start them both. Robbie, Rashad Bateman, McMillan, Devontae Smith, or Debo for wide receiver this week. I'm leaning towards Devontae Smith. I think Devontae Smith bounces back. Appreciate you guys joining us. Brian, Darnold or Caleb or Goff. I'm leaning slightly, I think, towards Sam Darnold. I'm going Sam Darnold out of that group. Christian, start Jones or Walker. I'd go Kenneth Walker. Bills as a run defense so far this year have had their struggles. I think Kenneth Walker plays well. Rams as a run defense, kind of in a similar spot, actually. Man, it's close. Christian, I'm going to flip. I'm going to go Aaron Jones. It's close, but I'll flip on it. I think both play well. Cameron, pick two. Chuba Hubbard, Swift, JSN, Jennings, Bowers. Man, that's tough, Cameron Dean. I'm leaning Bowers. Bowers and Swift. Cameron Dean, Bowers and Swift. User 56, do you really want me to answer that? Nico, start Darnold, Mahomes, or Russ. If people actually want me to answer a political question, I actually will, but I don't think that's why most people are here. Mutt, are we starting Puka tonight? If he's cleared, he's a pretty good option compared to most players that are going to be available on most teams, most benches. Adrian got ways, pick two. Montgomery, Mason, or Chuba Hubbard. Adrian got ways, I'd go Mason, and I'd go Montgomery. Mason and Montgomery barely. Zane, pick two. Reed and Cup. If you could get BTJ, I'd do it as well. But I wouldn't do it over Javonte, I think. I'd go Reed and Cup, Zane. Reed and Cup. Rebel Ramble, trade Montgomery for MH. No, you're getting Montgomery? Yes. Rebel Ramble, yes I would. Yes I would. Mason, I'd go Cousins. Mason, I'd go Cousins. Shonk 13, I'd go Darnold. Shonk 13, I'd go Darnold. Would you start Puka tonight? Depends who else you have, but he'd certainly probably be a flex play for me if he's healthy enough to go. Masked Panda, pick one. I would go with Christian Kirk. I'd go Christian Kirk out of that group. Diego Gonzalez, I'd go Mason. Bench one? Man, it's close. Diego Gonzalez, I think I'd bench K9 because the other two just have great matchups. Mutt, I'd go Puka. Mutt, I'd go Puka. If he plays, keep an eye on his status. Mike, I'd go Ferguson. Mike, I'd go Ferguson. Mr. Plow, I'd go Mason, Walker the Third, and Dobbins. Mr. Plow, Mason, Walker the Third, and Dobbins. Justin Eubanks, I'd go Hunt and Mason. Hunt and Mason. Tess Lewis, I wouldn't drop Jamison Williams. It's only a 2-week suspension, so he will come back. Grant, I'd go Pitts. Grant, I'd go Pitts just barely. Camden, Jennings, or Puka. I'm leaning slightly towards Puka if he's healthy enough to go. Jesus Flores, I'd go Puka if he's healthy enough to go. Dan Perez, I'd go Dobbs. Dan Perez, I'd go Dobbs. D. Carr, I'm leaning towards Waddle. D. Carr, I'd go Waddle. Mason, I'd go Cousins. Mason, I'd go Cousins. Mikhail, I'd go Bijan. Mikhail, I'd go Bijan. Zane, I would go Javonte and Mason. Zane, Javonte, and Mason. Brent, I'd go Stroud and the Ravens. Brent, I'd go Stroud and the Ravens defense. SpongeBob, I'd go SpongeBob, I think I lean Darnold. It's close. It's close between Darnold and Tua. Do I trust Tua being healthy and having a monster? He could have a monster game. I'm not saying he won't. I just don't. SpongeBob, go Tua. Tua's got the best matchup. Go Tua. Go with the best matchup. Zach, I'd go Caleb Williams. Zach, Caleb Williams. Globo Jose, I'd go Stroud. Globo Jose, I'd go Stroud. Christian Legion Blitz, I would go Wilson and Adams. Christian Legion Blitz, Wilson and Adams. Yes, I would double up on the Jets against the Patriots. Dallas Ogburn, love him. Dallas Ogburn, love those plays. Will it be that easy? I hope so for you. Bryce, tough question. Bryce, I lean slightly towards Bigsby. Bryce, I'd go Bigsby. Mikhail, trade Bijan and Olave for Kamara and No. Mikhail, I wouldn't do it. Mason, thoughts on Lions defense? Should be a good play this week. Titans usually give up a bunch of turnovers. Bry Guy Jr., I would go Bijan and Hunt. Bijan and Hunt. Austin Anderson, Chase for Neighbors and Dobbins. I wouldn't do it. I'd rather have Jamar Chase. Bob, trade Mostert. Thanks, Tess Lewis. Bob, trade Mostert and Pearsall and Means for Puka. Yes, I would. Bob, I would do the trade. Luis Rangel, Burrow or Darnold? Great question. I'd go Joe Burrow barely. Eric Chavez, Travis or Tucker Kraft? I'm assuming that's Kelsey or Kraft. I'd go Kraft. I'd go Tucker Kraft. Miss Poppy, I have Kyron and Cup already in my lineup. Flex Addison, Mostert, or Dowdle. I'd go Addison. Miss Poppy, I'd go Addison. J3V, trade Kelsey for Garrett Wilson. If you've got depth at the tight end position, I'd consider it. I'd probably say no. I wouldn't do it, but I'd consider it. Brandon, Cup or McLaurin? Cup. I'd go Cup. Drew, I would go... Drew, I'm leaning Dell. Barely over White, but it's close. El Pinche, 2 wide receivers. I'd go London and Waddle. El Pinche, London and Waddle. Very close, though. Some good questions. Brandon, Ellie, what's good? Bryce, Waddle, Olave, or Pittman? I'd go Waddle. Bryce, I'd go Waddle. Joey Dabbs, would you do Moore and Mason for James Cook and Addison? Wow, that's a great question. I don't really want to give up DJ Moore, and I don't know if I trust Christian McCaffrey to completely take away Mason's value. Joey, I don't know. That's close. I'm going to say no. I'd rather have Moore and Mason. User 1537, I'd go Dell. User 1537, I lean Dell just barely. Super close on this one, though. Very, very close. DJ Khaled, I'd go Hunt. DJ Khaled, I'd go Kareem Hunt just barely over James Cook. Chris, start 2. I'd start Dobbs and BTJ. Chris, Dobbs and BTJ. Kevin Smith, I'd go Lamb, T. Higgins, and James Cook. Kevin Smith, Lamb, T. Higgins, and James Cook. Wilder, Arias, Kamara, Cooper, Chubb, Pitts for CeeDee Lamb and Mixon. I think I'd rather have the CeeDee Lamb and Mixon side, so yes. Jason, I'd go with Dak. Jason, I'd go Dak this week. Appreciate you guys. Hope you guys are enjoying the content, enjoying the show. Make sure you hit the follow button. Make sure you're following. Make sure you're members of this great community. We're going to take some callers now. We're going to take some phone line calls. So if you want to join the show as a guest, hit us up. You can ask your question. Let's go to Zach. Zach's going to be our first caller of the show. Let's see what Zach wants to talk about. Oh, Zach's not coming through, so Zach will not be the first caller of the show. Let's go to Bilbo Swaggins. Let's see what Bilbo Swaggins wants to talk about.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can. What's good?
Just got a question for you, bud. Do you think Michael Pittman and who else was it? Michael Pittman and Laporta for J.K. Dobbins?
I'd rather have Michael Pittman and Laporta.
Okay. And who would you start at tight end tonight? Would you start Laporta, Mark Andrews, or Cole Kmet?
Wow, tough. Laporta, Mark Andrews, or Cole Kmet? I'm going to say Mark Andrews.
Okay. All right. That's what I was thinking, because I have Lamar Jackson. That might be a decent stack if he comes through with another touchdown.
Yeah, I hope so for you. Sounds like you got to go to work with daddy duty. We'll talk to you later, okay?
All right. Appreciate it.
Let's get to our next caller. It's going to be Sebas M. Sebas M. What's good?
Hey, man. How you doing?
How can I help you?
So I'm on a little bit of a pickle. You know, my team has been filled with injuries over the past, couple of weeks. Nico went down, Pacheco went down, but they're both supposed to come back. I got an interesting trade offer sent to me, but I don't know if it's worth taking for Pacheco or if I should just hold Pacheco until he comes back in week 10. So what are your thoughts? Should I just hold on Pacheco?
What's the trade offer?
I got offered Madison and Devonta Smith for Pacheco and Mayers. I don't love the upside for Madison. I like
Wait. Pacheco and who?
And Jacoby Mayers, or however you say it.
Myers, yeah. And you're getting Devonta Smith and
Alexander Madison.
Yeah, I'm not doing that deal. I'm not doing it. I turned down.
Yeah, should I just hold Pacheco then?
Yep, just hold on to him. I wouldn't do that trade. Not one that I like. Let's get to our next caller. We're going to move pretty fast, so guys, have your questions ready. We're going to try and move pretty fast. Let's go to George. George is going to be our next caller up on the line. Let's see what George wants to talk about. Oh, he dropped on us. Maybe he wasn't ready to go. Wild West is going to be next up on the line. Let's see what Wild West wants to talk about. Wild West, what's good?
Thank you, sir. Appreciate the opportunity again. I need to start 3, and I got 5 running backs. I got Jonathan Taylor back from injury. Jordan Mason still kind of coming back. Dave Montgomery off of a fumble. Tanks Bigsby that took over the backfield for Jacksonville. And R. White might get more looks.
It would be Rashad White, Jonathan Taylor, and who was the first one you named?
Jordan Mason,
Jordan Mason, Jonathan Taylor, and Rashad White would be the 3.
You're awesome, man. Thank you so much.
Have a good one. Let's get to our next caller. Have your question ready. We're going to move fast. Let's go to Evan. Evan's going to be our next caller on the line. Evan, what's good?
Yeah, what's up? Thanks for having me. I got a couple questions here. Should I start Bucky Irving this week over JSN, do you think?
Yes, it's close, but yes.
All right, and then I got a trade request, giving up Chubb, Tank Bigsby, and DJ Moore for Montgomery, and this would be JSN and Romeo Dobbs.
You're getting Montgomery, JSN, and Romeo Dobbs?
Yup.
Yeah, I do the trade.
All right, thank you.
Have a good one. Next caller up on the line. We're going to move fast. Carson. Carson's next up on the queue. Let's see what Carson wants to talk about. Carson, what's good?
Yo, do I trade away Alvin Kamara?
Yes.
For Jahmyr Gibbs?
100%. Yes.
What about Kenneth Walker?
I would do it. I would trade Kamara for Walker. I trade him for Gibbs, 100%.
I appreciate it.
Have a good one. Going to our next caller. We're moving fast, like how we're doing. Let's go to Mark Gonzalez, MMA. Let's see what he wants to talk about. Mark Gonzalez, what's good?
Hey, what's going on, bud? How are you doing?
Loving life. How can I help you?
Yeah, quick question. So right now I'm torn between Baker or Dak.
Dak.
This week. Okay, because I did notice that Stafford is on the.
I'd go Stafford. If you could pick up Stafford, I'd do Stafford.
Stafford.
Yep.
Too easy, bro. I appreciate you, man.
Have a great one. Drive safe. Let's get to our next caller. Next up on the line is going to be Ryan Gregson. Let's see what Ryan's question is. We're moving fast. Ryan, what's good?
What's up? How are you?
Loving life. How can I help you?
So I have a few questions. First, Chase Brown or Tank Bigsby?
Close, but I'm going to go Tank Bigsby.
All right.
Hold on one second. Let me think about that. Chase Brown or Tank Bigsby? I'm going to go Tank Bigsby. Close, but I'm going to go Bigsby. Yeah.
All right. My next one is, out of these three running backs, can you pick two? Jordan Mason, James Cook, or Kareem Hunt?
Three running backs I really, really like this week. I'm going to go Mason and Hunt, but it's close. I don't think you have a miss in that group. So, you like whoever you want to go with, you should be good.
All right, and the last one is Pickens, Brian Thomas Jr., or Devontae Adams, 2 out of the 3.
I'd go Adams and BTJ.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Have a good one. Next caller up on the line is going to be Bryce. We're moving fast, so have your questions ready to go. Bryce is our next caller. Bryce, what's good?
What's good?
How can I help you?
So Baker or Purdy?
Purdy.
All right. And is Cooper a solid flex option though?
Yes.
Alrighty, that's all I have for you. Thank you very much.
Have a good one. Next caller up on the line is going to be Caleb. Caleb01. Have your question ready because we're moving fast. Caleb, what's good? Caleb, what's good?
Wait, can you hear me?
Yep, I can.
So, we thinking Puka or Wandale in the flex this week?
I'd go Puka. If he's healthy enough to go tonight, if by game time he's cleared, that's who I'd go with.
Even with limited snaps?
Yeah, because the Vikings' pass defense is so bad, and the chemistry between him and Stafford is already established enough that his snaps will be as valuable as any limited player would ever have.
All right, thank you.
Have a good one. Let's get to our next caller on the line. It's going to be Mav. Mav's going to be our next caller. Have your questions ready because we're moving fast. Mav, what's good?
What's up, dude?
How can I help you?
So, should I start Travis Kelce or Kate Otten?
I'm leaning Kate Otten. Barely, but Kate Otten.
And then, should I start Jonathan Taylor or J.K. Dobbins?
Oh, wow. I'd go Dobbins. It's super close. Jonathan Taylor has great numbers historically against the Texans. So I think he scores a touchdown, but I think Dobbins is the better play.
That's all I got. Thanks, man.
It's close. Oh, I feel bad about that one because I'm on the fence myself. Dan the Man is next up on the line. Dan the Man, let's see what he wants to talk about. What's good, Dan?
Pick two. Gibbs, Mason, or Javonte Williams?
Mason and Williams.
Okay, thanks. That's it.
Have a great one, Dan. Next caller up on the line is going to be Dart. Let's see what Dart wants to talk about.
Hear me?
I can hear you. What's good?
All right. So, would you go with 3 running backs or 3 receivers with one being in the flex?
Are you just saying in general as a strategy?
Yeah, because I
running backs. Just as a rule of thumb, I value running backs more than wide receivers because a wide receiver may be targeted, let's say, 6 to 10 times in a game and may get 3 to 5 catches. A running back is going to carry the ball, especially a good running back, 15 to 20 times a game. So just by the sheer law of probability, if I give you 20 opportunities for something to happen versus 10 at the most, probably closer to 5 or 6, I'll take the 20. So I value running backs more over wide receivers almost always, unless obviously the context is like a great wide receiver versus shit running back.
Got you. Thank you so much.
Have a great day. Appreciate you guys joining us. Hope you're enjoying the conversation. D-Day is next up on the line. Let's see what D-Day wants to talk about. D-Day, what's good?
Hi, who should I start on my flex? Cooper Kupp or Garrett Wilson or David Montgomery?
This is a really tough one for me between Wilson and Kupp. Really, really close. I think it's a coin flip. I'm going to say Garrett Wilson because the Patriots' pass defense has been so bad. I'm making the assumption here that Christian Gonzalez will cover Devontae Adams, which means Wilson could have a very big game. But Cooper Kupp has a great matchup as well. I don't know. I think it's close. I'm going to go Garrett Wilson, but I think both are going to have good games.
So I'm going to put Garrett at my wide receiver 2 and then put Cooper or David Montgomery at my flex.
Is it Cooper Kupp or Amari Cooper?
So, Cooper Kupp, sorry.
Okay, I wanted to make sure. Yeah, I like Cooper Kupp. And who are you bumping out of that flex spot then?
So I meant to say in the beginning wide receiver 2. So I have CD at the 1, Garrett Wilson or Kupp at the 2, and then Monty or Kupp at the flex.
No, sit Monty this week. It's not a great matchup against Tennessee. He's coming off the banged up knee last week. Sit Montgomery. Play Kupp in the flex.
All right, thank you.
Have a good one, D-Day. Let's go to our next caller on the line. It's going to be Javi. Javi's next up in the queue. Have your questions ready to go because we're moving fast. Javi, what's good?
Hello?
Hey, what's happening?
Hey, so I have 5 receivers. They are McLaurin, Amari Cooper, JSN, or Addison, and Puka. Would you start Puka over any of those?
I probably would start Addison over Puka. It's close between those two. But because Puka might be on limited snaps, I think Addison, it's a coin flip between those two.
Thank you.
Have a good one, Javi. Appreciate the call. Let's go to our next caller. It's going to be Braden. Braden's our next caller up in the queue. Have your questions ready. Braden, what's up?
Hey, how's it going?
How can I help you?
All right, so if I was to make this trade for Bucky Irving or Tank Bigsby, who would I start?
If you acquired Bigsby or Irving, who would you start this week? Or who's a better start this week?
Just overall, who would you want more?
I would rather own Tank Bigsby rest of season. I think Bucky Irving is actually the better own this week.
Okay.
Got me?
That was all my question.
Cool. See you, Braden. Let's go to our next caller up on the line. It's going to be Tyler Longnecker. Tyler Longnecker is going to be our next caller. Let's see what Tyler wants to talk about. Tyler, what's good?
All right, I have an inquiry.
Fire away.
Do I keep starting Patrick Mahomes or do I start Geno Smith?
I'd start Patrick Mahomes this week because both aren't good plays. Both aren't good plays this week. Geno's got a tough matchup and some banged up wide receivers. Mahomes has a tough matchup and a brand new wide receiver. I think I trust Mahomes a little bit more, even though he's throwing interceptions like crazy.
All right, that's what I'm thinking too. I'm going to leave it to somebody else, but go Cardinals. Let's go, baby.
Go Cardinals. Okay. Wow. Don't get a go Cardinals often. Go Cards. Yeah, for sure. Red Sea. Let's go to our next caller. Up on the line is going to be Luis. Luis, ¿qué pasa? Oh, you muted us. You got to stay on TikTok to be able to talk. What's up, Luis?
Hey, so I was wondering, I have Jordan Mason, and I'm worried that McCaffrey's going to have to come back. And,
I don't think McCaffrey's coming back this week, so you're going to get Mason's value this week at least, which is really good because he's playing the Cowboys.
Yeah, but what should I be worried about the future with him, or you think he'll be fine?
No, I'd be worried about the future. I think when Christian McCaffrey comes back, they're going to play Christian McCaffrey. They paid that dude a lot of money. If he's on the field, they're going to play him. So yeah, I would be worried about Mason's value rest of season. I certainly wouldn't drop him, and I wouldn't trade him. I'd hold on to him because McCaffrey is one play away from being done, and there's already a high risk of that. But yeah, I do think Jordan Mason right now is in kind of a precarious position, at least from a fantasy standpoint.
Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Have a good one. Let's go to our next caller. It's going to be Sox Ham. Sox Ham is our next caller on the line. Let's see what Sox wants to talk about. Sox, what's good?
Hey, how's it going, man?
How can I help you?
Should I start Puka or Darrell Mooney?
Mooney. Mooney's a great play this week. Mooney's the better play.
Okay, what do you think, Zay Flowers or Puka?
That's a close one. That's a close one. Honestly, if Puka were healthy and like good to go, it'd be Puka by a wide margin. I'm going to say Puka. I think it's a risk, but if Puka's cleared for tonight, Puka's got the better matchup. I'm kind of leaning in that direction.
All right, appreciate you, bro. Thanks.
Have a good one, Sox. Hope it works for you. Let's go to our next caller, Two-Tone. Let's see what Two-Tone wants to talk about. Two-Tone's next up on the line. Two-Tone, what's up?
Do I start Caleb or Allen this week?
Josh Allen?
Yeah.
Or Caleb Williams?
Josh.
I'm leaning towards Josh Allen, maybe just barely. I part of why I say that is the rushing touchdowns have become a factor again. He wasn't doing that early in the year. They're starting to come back. I'm valuing Allen a little bit more.
Okay. One more. Amari or Pickens at flex?
Amari or Pickens at the flex? Man, it's close. I'm going to say Amari Cooper. I'm going to say Amari Cooper just barely.
Oh, okay. All right, man. That's it, man. I appreciate you.
Have a good one. It's close. I like Pickens, but when you look at it, guess who pops up as one of the best pass defenses in the NFL? The New York Giants. New York Giants are right now the 6th best pass defense in the NFL, and here's why. They've got a great D-line. Their D-line is phenomenal. We knew that coming into the season. That was going to be the strength of their team. But because of that, they don't give up a lot of passing yards. You just don't have a lot of time to sit back there and throw against them. Russell Wilson, he's going to get sacked a lot. Pickens is going to have his plays, but Pickens is a down-the-field receiver. He's a deep ball receiver. Is Russell Wilson going to have the time of day to throw the deep ball? I don't know. I'm kind of questioning it. Let's go to our next caller. It's going to be B. Birch. B. Birch is our next caller up on the line. B. Birch, what's good?
Hey, man. What's going on?
What's happening?
I got a couple questions of who my running backs to start. So I have Aaron Jones, Jonathan Taylor, Kareem Hunt, or Devon Achane, and I'm confused with 2. I need 2. I might start a flex. I don't know.
Yeah, you've got 4 good plays this week. Wow. Hit me with the 4 again. Hunt.
Devon Achane.
Yeah, Hunt's a play. Hunt's 1. I think it's Hunt and Aaron Jones. I think those are the 2 I'd probably go with. It's tough for me to sit Achane, but I think I'm coming out on that end. I think I'm playing Hunt. I think I'm playing Jones.
Yeah, the reason why I was confused was because Achane only scores a good amount of points when Tua is playing, and Tua is bad.
And that's part of that's part of my concern. By the way, and Arizona's a bad run defense. But I'm also like, with Tua back, they're going to throw the ball a lot more than they were. I'm kind of caught. It's a coin flip for me. Achane would be the guy in the flex. If I could start 3, Achane would go to flex.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you.
Have a good one. Next caller up on the line is going to be Jack. Let's see what Jack wants to talk about. Have your questions ready because we're moving fast. Jack, what's good?
I have a lot of questions out this week for my lineup.
Fire away.
I picked up. So I woke up for school yesterday. I set the first day. I set my alarm really early because I went to bed earlier. So I woke up earlier and I got D-Hop off of waivers. So
nice.
I don't know who to start, him or Stevenson in the flex this week.
I would start Ramondre Stevenson. He's got the better matchup.
He plays the Jets, right?
Yep.
You think? I mean, Najee just ran all over the Jets, but
the Jets are not a good run defense this year. Like the Jets, if you've watched them, they just haven't been good this year. I understand the Patriots as an offensive line are bad, but I'm trusting that, especially with Drake May now in the lineup, Defenses aren't crowding the box the same way, giving more opportunities for Stevenson. All I need is one Ramondre Stevenson touchdown. That's what I'm hoping for. So that's kind of why I'm going out on that limb. Hopkins doesn't have a great matchup. Bizarrely, the Raiders are a top 10 pass. They're a top 8 pass defense right now. I know it doesn't seem that way, but that's what the stats are.
They're really top 8?
Yeah, but check it out. They're giving up 180 pass yards per game.
That's pretty good. And Mahomes hasn't been throwing the ball.
He hasn't been throwing the ball well. And if you told me DeAndre Hopkins had been in this offense for a week or two, I'd go, great. Okay, they've had an opportunity to get on the same page. He's had, 2 practices with Mahomes? 1 practice? It's not like they've had a lot of time. So there's just enough working against DeAndre Hopkins for now where I'd go with Ramondre. It really is putting weights on the scale and seeing how it tips. It's not that I'm throwing DeAndre Hopkins out. It's that I think the scales tip in Stevenson's favor just a little bit.
I'm just afraid with the other running back of that offense. I forgot his name. But I forgot his name. But he went
Gibson.
No, the other one that was getting a lot of carries and receiving
Hasty. Yeah. But I can't worry about that. I have to go off of what's been more consistently out there. Hasty was a bit of an outlier.
And the kid I play this week, he has Kupp, AJ Brown, Jefferson, and London, but his running back suck. I'm just scared about that.
You can't honestly. I'm gonna tell you the thing that every general has told their soldiers. You can't worry a damn about what they're doing over there, because if we don't do what we need to do here, it doesn't fucking matter. So make sure your team's right. Make sure you do the best with your lineup. Don't worry about his team. His team's going to do what it's going to do. You can't control it, so don't worry about it. Don't lose sleep over it. Don't have your hair go gray over it. Just build the best lineup you can.
And I got one more, Kincaid or Otten in tight end spot.
Kincaid or Otten? I'm leaning Otten just barely. I think with the wide receivers out, I think Otten picks up a few more targets and a bit more value.
I appreciate it.
Have a good one, Jack. Next caller up on the line is going to be Chef. Let's see what Chef wants to talk about. Chef, RMA, what's good?
Hey, what's going on? Just had a quick question. In my flex, I can do either D-Hop, what's the kid's name from New Orleans?
Olave?
Nope, the one, Tilton.
Okay. Chef, you with us?
Yep, sorry. D-Hop, Purcell, or Tilton.
Wow, I don't like any of those options. I think I'd go DeAndre Hopkins, and I just hold my nose and I'd suffer through it.
Sounds good.
Have a good one, Chef. Appreciate the call. Let's go to Lil Coco. Lil Coco's next up on the line. Let's see what Lil Coco wants to talk about. Lil Coco, que pasa?
Oh, okay. At QB, I was wondering about CJ or Russell Wilson.
CJ Stroud.
Are you sure? I feel like Russell's gonna go crazy.
Okay, we talked about this a moment ago. Do you know the New York Giants are a top 6 pass defense right now?
No, I didn't.
No, you didn't. But you know how bad the Indianapolis Colts are? The Colts are a bottom 12 pass defense. CJ Stroud's coming off a bad week. I think he's going to bounce back. It's CJ Stroud for me.
Okay, and then flex, Connor or Javonte?
I'm going to go Javonte Williams. The matchup's just too good against Carolina. I'm going Javonte.
All right, thank you.
Have a good one. Next caller up on the line is going to be Brent. Let's see what Brent wants to talk about, one of our loyals. Let's see what Brent's got for us. Brent, what's good? Brent, what's good?
Hey, how's it going, man?
What's happening?
Question is for flex. Neighbors, Brian Robinson Jr., Metcalf, Laporta, or Pollard?
Go through it one more time.
Neighbors, Brian Robinson Jr., Metcalf.
It's going to be Brian Robinson Jr. Brian Robinson Jr., just because I think he gets you a touchdown. Tough week for a number of the guys you named, so I'm going with the guy who probably has the highest floor.
Okay, and I have one more question. It's for quarterback. Bo Nix, Sam Darnold, or Williams? Caleb.
I really want to say Bo Nix, but it's between Nix and Darnold. I'm leaning slightly towards Nix because the rushing yards on top of the passing yards. Close though.
He got 60 rushing yards last week.
I know. I'm telling, and it's how he does it. He does it in a very safe way. He does it in a way where I'm not as concerned about turnovers. So I actually feel pretty good about it.
Awesome. Thank you, bro.
Have a good one. Next caller up on the line is going to be Aiden Thompson. Let's see what Aiden wants to talk about. Aiden's next up on the line. Aiden, what's good?
How's it going?
How can I help you?
I have a question for the flex. Amari Cooper, Tony Pollard, Hubbard, or Deontay Johnson?
Hit me with it one more time. Cooper.
Amari Cooper, Tony Pollard, Chuba Hubbard, or Deontay Johnson?
I'm going to go Amari Cooper on that one.
Cool. Sounds good. Thank you.
Have a good one, Aiden. Let's get to our next caller up on the line. It's going to be Jordan. Jordan's our next caller in the queue. Jordan, what's good?
Hey, so for the flex, McLaren or ETN or Warren? Top options.
Jalen Warren in a bad situation.
Okay. And for quarterback, Russell Wilson or Anthony Richardson?
I'm going to go Russell Wilson, but that's just because Anthony Richardson has looked like dog poop in the summertime. He's stunk it up. So I'm going to lean Wilson, but I don't feel great about either one.
All right, thanks.
Good luck this week, Jordan. You got some tough matchups, but it could be a tough week. Let's go to Tots. Let's see what Tots wants to talk about. Tots, what's good? Tots, you with us? Tots, going once. Tots going twice.
Hello.
Oh, Tots, what's good?
What's up? So right now I have my starting receivers are Drake London, Amari Cooper, and DJ Moore. And I have Deontay Johnson on the bench, and I really don't want him. And do you know anyone I should trade for?
Open-ended question, not something we focus on. All I would say is look at teams in your league that need a wide receiver and identify a few players that they might be able to move on from. So that's what I would do. The reason we don't answer open-ended question isn't because we're trying to be dicks or anything. It's there's a lot of variables that we don't know about your league that an open-ended question doesn't provide us. Who's available? What teams need that position, or what teams have a depth at a position of need for us? Which teams or which league owners are more likely to trade? There are a lot of things that you know, and that's why rather than answering open-ended questions, we tend to say, hey, you guys do that little bit of the work, do the due diligence on that end, and then bring the question to us of player A versus player B, or trade this side versus that side. Those are easier for us to evaluate, but when you say, hey, I have this player, who should I go get? Well, who's available? What teams are going to be willing to make trades? Which teams are in a position to make trades? You know, teams that are really successful really shouldn't be making a lot of trades. Teams that suck, they may have a lot of players to give up. We don't know that. That's one of the reasons we don't answer open-ended questions. Let's go to our next caller, 6 Geese. Up, dropped on us, 6 Geese. What happened there? What happened there, dude? Isaiah's going to be next up on the line. Oh, Isaiah dropped too. Are we having issues with our phones? Fantasy Mania, next up on the line. Fantasy, what's good?
How we doing?
Love and life. How can I help you?
So I have a question about my receivers. Do I play Malik Neighbors over Drake London this week?
No, play Drake London.
And one more question. Would you play Achane or Dobbins?
Man, that's close. I'm going to say Dobbins just barely, but it's super close.
And one more question. Do you think Joe Mixon's a top 5 running back for the rest of the season?
Rest of season, no. Certainly this week he's going to be a monster play. Rest of season, no. I don't think he will be. I think he'll fall just outside of it. I think he'll probably be like top 8. You know, he'll be that like 6, 7, 8 spot.
I appreciate it.
Have a good one. Let's go to our next caller, 6 Geese. Let's see if we can get him on the line this time. 6 Geese, what's good?
Hey, sorry about that. I went to look at stats and it took me out of the live. Yeah, I know, rookie mistake. All right, so I am sitting on right now Jared Goff, Patrick Mahomes, and Tua, and I'm trying to figure out who to drop. And I know it's crazy that I'm thinking about that, but Patrick Mahomes.
You're not dropping Patrick Mahomes. You're not dropping Patrick Mahomes, right? We're not doing that, right? Right.
I mean, I considered it like 5% just because he's got more interceptions.
So Goff, Mahomes, and Who's the third?
Tua, and I'm thinking I'm going to get rid of him.
Well, the problem is Tua this week's a great play. Like, Tua is the player you should start this week out of that group, which means I think you should drop Goff. I think you should drop Goff this week. I think you should play Tua, and I would keep Mahomes. Now, here's the problem. Goff's outplaying Mahomes. Goff is outplaying Mahomes. And Goff's going to be continuing to play in a dome. And if you want to keep Goff, I get it. Here's the reason I'm going to say go with Patrick Mahomes. They just got DeAndre Hopkins. I still believe their pass offense has its best games ahead of it. I'm also a big believer in the NFL wants him to play like an MVP. Like they want him to do it even when he sucks. They're going to give him opportunities to succeed. I think I'd rather own Mahomes just slightly over Goff. It's close. You probably could pick up Goff in another week, by the way. But you're not. Once you drop Mahomes, it'll be harder to pick him back up.
For sure. Awesome. All right. I appreciate it. Best advice out there.
Appreciate you, Six Keys. Thanks for the kind words. Let's get to our next caller. Ayush. Ayush is going to be our next caller up on the line. Let's see what Ayush wants to talk about. We're moving fast, so have your questions ready, everyone. Oh, Ayush dropped on us. Let's go to Ricardo Sanchez. Have your questions ready because we're moving fast, everyone. Let's see what Ricardo wants to talk about. Ricardo, what's good?
Hey, bud. Just a quick question in regards to dropping somebody. Is it safe to drop Eckler? And I have a lot of running back depth, so I want to pick up some wide receivers, and they've been dropping like flies in my fantasy. So
I would say Eckler is good to drop. Yep, I'm okay dropping him.
There's a few wide receivers that are in that I can pick up. Can I shoot some names out? See what you like better.
Go for it.
We got Calvin Ridley, Lockett's there. Jerry Jeudy got dropped. McMillan is hot right now. Christian Kirk is there. Is there any of those? I'm leaning towards McMillan and Jerry Jeudy, but I wouldn't know who to kind of risk it for Eckler.
Honestly, Calvin Ridley. Calvin Ridley's the one. Someone else brought up Calvin Ridley earlier, and I didn't like who he was going up against, like what my options were. But actually, Calvin Ridley, the Lions are a bottom 6 pass defense so far this year. They're giving up almost 250 pass yards per game. I actually think that Will Levis could, especially with the week off, he's still going to give up turnovers, but I'm going to say Calvin Ridley, I'm going to take a risk on it.
And this is mainly just to fill up a bench spot. I don't need a starter for this week.
If it's not for this week, that was the only reason I was saying Ridley. If it's for beyond this week, it's certainly not Ridley. Oh, then never mind that. This is for rest of season kind of play?
Yeah, just to have an extra wide receiver in my bench because I have a lot of running backs, and Eckler is the weakest link in my running back group.
Here's what I will say. Calvin Ridley is a wide receiver 1. Calvin Ridley is a wide receiver 1. Like, that's a sure fact thing. They have nobody else. So, he's a good play this week. If nothing else, they should be throwing him the football. So, even rest of season, there might be something there.
Even if I just keep him there for a, stash,
Right,
just
right.
In case,
That's what my thoughts are.
Okay, appreciate that. Thank you.
Have a good one, Ricardo. Hope you have a nice evening. Let's go to our next caller. It's going to be NFL Prods. NFL Prods is our next caller up on the line. NFL Prods, what's good?
What's up?
What's good? How can I help you?
Should I start Puka Nacua or Travis Etienne?
Puka Nacua. If he's healthy enough to go, make sure he's healthy enough to go tonight. Like, wait for Adam Schefter to give clearance.
Okay.
Anything else?
Nope.
Can I ask one question?
What?
What grade are you in?
9.
You're in 9th grade?
Yeah.
Oh, you're almost in high school. All right, you're going to be in high school soon. Okay, never mind.
I see.
All right, good. I was just seeing how young he was because that voice, I thought he was like a 6th grader. No offense, kid. I thought he was a 6th grader. I was like, damn, doing fantasy football early in life. Like, you got to get him in young. Let's go to Isaiah. Isaiah is our next caller. By the way, 9th grade? Really? Man. Isaiah, what's good? Isaiah, you with us?
Should I start?
Yeah, okay.
Hello?
Go for it.
Should I start Devontae Smith or, what's his name? Shit, I'm selling right now. Can't remember. But I tried to check last time I got locked in, and then it kicked me out of the live. Devontae Smith, or here it is, Wandale Robinson.
Devontae Smith.
All right, thank you.
Have a good one, Isaiah. Yeah, that happens to all of us. We forget the matchup right as we get on the line. Let's go to Chef Roy's Juice. Chef Roy's Juice, let's see what his question is. Chef Roy, what's good? Chef Roy, you with us?
Yo, what up? Can you hear me?
I can. What's good?
What's up, my man? How we doing today?
Loving life. How can I help you?
Loving it too, man. Quick question. Just want to run some start sits by you. Tight end spot, Sam Laporta or Tucker Kraft?
Tucker Kraft.
All right. And then next question here is a wide receiver question. Would you go Jalen McMillan, Jordan Addison, or Jalen Tolbert?
I'd go Addison.
You go Addison. I kind of like having a guy in primetime, so I'm kind of biased to wanting to play him tonight and watch him. But
well, I didn't know that ahead of time, so I was going to go Addison anyway. So now you've got the hall pass to go with it.
Yeah, that's fine. Jalen McMillan just sounds kind of juicy, knowing that he's going to be like the only guy to throw to other than Kate Otten.
See, my only concern about that is the Falcons have A.J. Terrell. Like, they're not such a bad secondary where it's like, oh, yeah, that's fine. But, like, they actually have got some players in the secondary, like Jesse Bates and Justin Simmons. Like, it's actually a pretty good secondary for Atlanta. Yeah. So it's not like, oh, Baker's got this phenomenal matchup. It's actually kind of a tough matchup this week, to be fair.
Yeah, it's tough. They still got Isaiah Oliver in the secondary, or did he move?
I actually don't know. I don't know myself. But the Falcons are like, they're in the top half of the pass defense when it comes in the league. So I'm just not as high on McMillan unless the matchups. I have given him out as some advice to some folks out there. That's because the other options you had were dog shit. So anyways,
right,
Chef Roy Juice.
Addison there. I like that.
Yep.
Jake Ferguson or Dallas Goedert, assuming Goddard's healthy and ready to go.
If Goddard's healthy and ready to go, I lean towards Goddard, but I don't feel like I trust it. I don't feel good about that, and makes me want to say Ferguson. I think Ferguson's the safer play, and I'm going to lean Ferguson on that one for that reason.
Okay, that's fair. And then,
I think the Bengals are the more vulnerable defense in the passing game, but because of his health, and also because of the options in the Eagles' offense, Ferguson's going to get more opportunities. There's so many mouths to feed in Philadelphia between Saquon, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, so that's why I go Ferguson.
I agree. I think that's a good reasoning. Would you flex Khalil Shakur, Rashard Bateman, or Jalen McMillan, or Raheem Mostert?
Go one more time.
Bateman, McMillan, Mostert, and Khalil Shakur.
Wow. That's a tough one.
I lean towards Shakir just because, I feel like you're on a very high-octane offense there in Buffalo, but I could understand how the Bateman or McMillan or Mostert could work.
The joke is I really want to say Mostert, but an RB2, I'm picking an RB2 over some of the wide receiver options. That's the best matchup. That's the best matchup. It's funny because I just said what I did about McMillan, and I feel like he's actually the one I'd want to go with in this scenario. I don't feel as good about Shakir as you do because I think now I think Keon Coleman might have taken his spot as wide receiver 2. And so all of a sudden he didn't just fall from wide receiver 1 to wide receiver 2. He might be wide receiver 3 now. And
yeah, I hear that.
And the Seahawks aren't a dog shit pass defense. So I don't know. I feel like it's McMillan, but I don't know.
I think that when you look at Khalil Shakur, I think that he's built himself out a job that's worthy of getting targets.
Right. But here's my thing. He'll get 3 catches. Great. What does that get you? It gets you 4.5 points. It gets you, maybe 6.5 points. Is that enough? If that's enough, then okay, then that's the play.
Not enough. Never enough with 6 points.
I mean, it's a better floor than what some people would give you, but I feel like that's a bit of a risk. I might go McMillan on this one.
I like that call. All right, cool. And then last question is a pick 3 out of these 4. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Terry McLaurin, Brian Thomas, and DJ Moore.
I'm sitting Terry McLaurin. If Jaden Daniels isn't throwing him the football, I'm not starting him.
Okay, Jaden Daniels plays. Who's your pick?
I'm sitting Amon-Ra St. Brown because against Sneed's a brutal matchup. So I'm actually sitting the two studs. They have bad matchups this week. Bears are a good pass defense. Titans are literally a top 3 pass defense, and if Sneed is healthy and playing, Sneed I don't believe played last week. That's part of the reasons they gave up those the yards that they did. Sneed comes back. He's on Amon-Ra St. Brown. There's no Jamison Williams to take some of the coverage away, some of the attention away. I'll play St. Brown in the scenario we talked about, but if you're saying that the other guy's out, it's St. Brown would be out.
All right. Well, that's fair, man. That's a hot take, but I like to hear. L'Jarius Sneed deserves that respect.
We give hot takes only when we think they're the right takes. We're not just doing it for ESPN clickbait purposes. So
I know you're not, man.
Chef Right Juice, always good talking to you. You have a great night and enjoy the game tonight.
Cheers, brother. Have a great one.
Bye. Let's go to our next caller up on the line. It's I Am Sam with the Duck. I Am Sam's our next caller on the line. I Am Sam, what's good?
What's going on, man? Just got a few questions. Now, I know it's crazy, but I don't know. Should I start Tua this week or Sam Darnold tonight?
I'd go Tua just barely. It's super close, but the matchup against Arizona has me leaning towards Tua. And it sounds like Tua is definitely going to play. I'm going to say Tua.
Yeah, and I believe so, too, with all the hype. Supposedly Tyreek and all them are back, so we'll see how that goes.
Right.
Which I do believe Tua is the offense for the Dolphins, surprisingly. Everybody thought it was Tyreek, but...
I'm with you. I think it's proven actually that it proves a point that I hate to make. The quarterback should be MVP every year because we think that like McCaffrey or Tyreek Hill makes the difference, and it's like, yeah, take the quarterback away, and almost every team turns into dog shit.
Yep. Another one is, do you think Chris Olave will play Sunday?
I don't know. I'm in the same boat you are. I'm hoping, but if he does play, I would probably play him.
Okay, and then one more. Should I, right now I got Mostert. Should I drop Mostert for Ray Davis? Since Ray Davis has kind of popped off. He had 18 in his first start 2 weeks ago, and then he had a 12, I think, in my league. So, I don't know. It's tough. I hit you with a hard one.
I'm going to say no. No.
Now, Mostert isn't my starting back.
I know he's not, but my whole point is Mostert, I know Davis is the hot guy at the moment, but I'm going to say no.
Okay. All right, brother. You have a good rest of your day. It's always good hearing from you.
Drive safe. Be good. We'll talk again soon. Let's go to our next call. Let's go to Quishine. Let's see what Quishine wants to talk about. Oh, Quishine's next up on the line. Quishine, what's good?
What up?
How can I help you?
I got some super flex for you.
Yikes. Go for it.
So, my 3 quarterbacks in the super flex are Aaron Rodgers, Tua, and I just picked them up for shits and giggles, Mariota.
Yep, that is a shits and giggles kind of play. Yep.
But if Jay Daniels isn't going, should I start Rodgers and Tua?
Yes, I'd start Rodgers and Tua.
Okay. And also, at this point, would you be playing Bucky over Pollard?
Yes, Bucky Irving over Pollard. Yep.
For sure. Okay. All right, man. And then one more. This week, he's playing Carolina. Bo Nix is. I have him and Dak. Who should I start?
Bo Nix.
All right.
Get at it, man. I know you're a Cowboys fan, so good luck with that. Appreciate the calls. Hope you guys are enjoying the content, enjoying the show. Make sure you hit that follow button. Let's go to Javi. Javi's our next caller up on the line. See what Javi wants to talk about. Javi, what's good?
Hey, what's up, brother? How are you doing, man?
Loving life. How can I help you?
Listen, so I'm like torn in between my running backs and my flex. I already have Joe Mixon as my RB1. I do not have any doubts in him. Now I have James Conner, A-Chain, and then I've got Jordan Mason. Who would you start at the RB2 and at the flex?
Mason and Achane. Mason and Achane to go with Mixon.
Okay, gotcha. And then last but not least, are you comfortable with starting Jared Goff?
Compared to who?
compared to Sam Darnold.
No, I'd rather start Sam Darnold.
Okay, awesome. All right, man, I appreciate it. Thank you, brother.
Have a good one. Next caller up on the line is Michael. We're going in order, so getting to everyone that we can. Let's go to Michael now. Have your question ready because we're moving fast. Michael, you're getting spinning wheel of death, so not connecting with you. Try us again. Michael, try us again. I'll cut to you when you come up. Let's go to Overstand It All. Let's go to Overstand to see. Overstand, what's good? You got to stay on TikTok, though. You got to stay on TikTok or you mute yourself. Overstand, what's good?
Hey, yo, can you hear me?
Yep.
I got I'm in a $200 league, right? I got the 12th pick. This is my team. I'm 5-2. I got Josh Allen, got Justin Jefferson, I got Jamar Chase, I got Bijan Robinson. I got the Jets defense. I got Dalton Kincaid. I got Koo, the kicker. What are my chances of winning?
Oh, you're killing it, man. You're killing it. You're probably going to win the league. You're probably going to be in the playoffs, number 1 seed, all those things. If that's a validation call that you needed, I can give you all the validation. That's a loaded lineup. You should win your league, no problem. Let's go to Danny Dice. Let's go to Danny Dice for those who need help with their lineups. Danny, what's good?
How's it going, man? Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Appreciate that.
The wide receiver this week, we're in a tough spot due to injury. So I'm between Jordan Addison and Jerry Jeudy. What do you think?
I'd go Jordan Addison.
Jordan Addison? Okay.
Yep.
I was a little shaky on it because, with Amari leaving, I was hopeful that, Jeudy might be getting some more looks, but I don't know if I trust Jameis throwing the rock, so.
Right. I wouldn't be surprised if he has a monster game this week. I can't bank on that. It's one of those that, it sounds like, oh, that could totally happen, but it's not something I can bank on. I feel better about what I can bank from Jordan Addison tonight.
100%. And then one more question. During the baseball season, what's that website that I'd see you using where you could put in SQL queries to find those obscure stats?
For player props, or are you talking about the website we use where you put in the algorithm?
I think it was for player props. It was like it was a language that was somewhat similar to SQL that you'd query random data in.
Oh, okay. That's separate. So that was for game picks and things like that. That's called killersports.com. That's a free website. KILLER sports.com. It is a giant Excel spreadsheet of data that you can just put in the equation you want and be able to pull up some things. You got to learn the language a little bit. If it's the other website you're talking about, that one's called Outlier. That requires a subscription because that's actually a company. They do all the work for you. So rather than you having to do all that research, they're putting those trends together. They're helping you find those and all of that. So that's the difference between the two. But killersports.com is free. Outlier does require a subscription. If you do want to try Outlier for 7 days, DM me on Instagram and I'll hook you up with the link.
Got it. Appreciate it, man. Keep up the good work.
Appreciate you, Danny Dice. We'll talk again soon. Let's get to our next caller. It's going to be Zane Lyons. Let's see what Zane Lyons wants to talk about. Zane's next up on the line. Zane, what's good?
Hey, how's it going?
Loving life. How can I help you?
Would you start James Cook or Kyron Williams?
James Cook.
Yes, sir. And then for my receivers, I've got Jamar Chase, Malik Neighbors, Cup, Mooney. Can I go look for a second?
Sure. We try, folks. Go ahead.
Dobbs, Flowers, and BTJ. I need 3.
Okay, you just named a bunch of guys. I don't even know where I'm starting. Give me some of them again.
Jamar.
We're starting Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase is a start.
Yeah. Neighbors, Cup.
Neighbors is a sit.
BTJ.
Neighbors is a sit. Keep going.
BTJ.
Okay.
Cooper Cup, Mooney, Flowers.
I'd go Mooney, and I think I'm leaning Cooper Cup. Barely.
Okay.
Those are the 3.
All right. Thank you.
Cool, Zane?
All right. Bye.
We'll talk soon. Let's get to our next caller. Let's go to Jacob. Jacob's going to be next on the line. Let's see what Jacob wants to talk about. Jacob, what's good?
Hey, I'm wondering, would you start Russell Wilson or Shroud this week?
CJ Stroud.
Okay,
You muted yourself. What's up?
Oh, sorry. Would you start Dobbs with a flex or Evan Ingram or Njoku?
I'd start Dobbs barely. Very close, but I'd start Dobbs just barely.
I also have Pollard. Would that be a flex?
Nope. Still Dobbs.
Still Dobbs? Okay, thank you.
Have a good one. Let's get to our next caller. Let's go to Travis. Let's see what Travis wants to talk about next in the queue. Next on the line. Travis, what's good?
Oh no, there's trouble.
What's good?
Okay, I have two things I want to tell you.
Okay.
They need to cancel the Titans game. I think that's going to the Lions are going to win by 100.
Okay.
And I think, hey, what's the Daniels?
Okay. Appreciate the call. Let's go to Lance. Let's go to our next caller up on the line. Let's see what Lance wants to talk about. Lance, what's good?
Yo, hey, I got a question.
Go for it.
Should I start Kevin Bryan or Kyle Pitts?
Kyle Pitts.
Alright. And if Alvin Kamara doesn't play, do I start Jonathan Taylor, Kareem Hunt, or Nick Chubb?
I'd go Hunt.
Alright, appreciate it.
Have a good one. Let's go to our next caller. Let's go to Man. Let's see what Man wants to talk about. Man's next up on the line. Man, what's good?
What's up, man? How are you?
How can I help you?
I'm wondering if I need to start, or I need to keep two of these players for the rest of the season: McLaurin, B-Rob, and Swift.
I'd keep McLaurin and B-Rob.
Okay. Oh, that's it. Thanks.
Have a good one, man. Let's go to our next caller. Let's go to Venom. We've had some fun callers recently in the last couple of minutes. Let's go to Venom. Let's see what Venom's up to. Venom, what's good?
Can you hear me?
I can.
All right, so I got 3 questions. So the first one, would you start out of these 4 wide receivers, Garrett Wilson, Tank Dell, Keenan Allen, and, I forgot the other one, Devontae Smith? They'll pick 2 out of those 4.
Pick 2 out of the 4?
Yeah, Garrett Wilson, Devontae Smith, Keenan Allen, or Tank Dell.
It'd be Wilson and Dell. Wilson and Dell.
And then my other question is Kareem Hunt or J.K. Dobbins?
I'm going to go Hunt just barely. Close, but Hunt.
And then one last one, Addison or Flowers?
Addison.
All right, thank you.
Have a good one. Next caller up on the line is going to be Nessie Targaryen. I think I got that right. Nessie Targaryen's next up on the line. Nessie, what's good?
Hi. Hello, can you hear me?
I can. How can I help you?
Yes, please. Okay, I have 3 questions. My first is, would you start Bucky Irving or Chase Brown?
Bucky Irving.
Okay. And then second, Eagles defense or Ravens defense?
Eagles defense or Ravens defense?
Mm-hmm.
Ravens defense.
Okay, and then last question. I have Devontae Adams. He gave me 6 points last week. So what is your, opinion on how he's going to perform with the Jets? Because I've considered trading him.
So I think he's going to get opportunities. He and Aaron Rodgers just have chemistry, and because of that, Rodgers is going to throw him the ball even at times when he shouldn't. This isn't a great matchup for him this week. It should be better, but he's probably going to face the number 1 cornerback of the Patriots in Christian Gonzalez. I still think I'm pretty high on Devontae Adams. You could probably trade him for a really good haul right now, though, because his value is probably a little overrated. So this is what I would do. I would reach out to some owners in my league who have some running backs that I really want or players that I really want at other positions, and I'd just see if they're willing to make a trade. I'd probably ask for more than I should. And if someone's willing to bite, I'd take a chance on it. But otherwise, I'm okay holding on to him.
Okay, yeah, because for running backs, I think I'm good. I have Bijan and I have, oh my God, I forgot the other.
Don't even worry about it. All I'm saying is make sure, I don't mind holding on to him, but I like the idea of at least seeing what his value is in the marketplace of your league, because if he's overvalued, take advantage of it.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Have a good one. Let's get to our next caller on the line. Let's go to Diego. Diego's our next caller. By the way, we're only taking callers on TikTok, so sorry for those on other channels. Diego, what's good?
What's up, man? I need help on 2 running backs, a tight end, and a flex.
2 running backs, a tight end, and a flex. Fire away.
Yes. Okay. So I got A-Chain, Mason, David Montgomery, and Chase Brown.
Okay, I go Mason and Achan.
Okay, and then for the tight end, Brock Bowers and Dalton Kincaid.
That's close. I'm going to say Bowers just barely. Bowers barely.
And then for the flex, I got Montgomery, Chase Brown, St. Brown, BTJ, Worthy, and Garrett Wilson.
St. Brown, wait. St. Brown, Worthy, BTJ, and who?
Montgomery, Chase Brown, Amon-Ra, St. Brown, BTJ, Xavier Worthy, and Garrett Wilson.
I'm going to say Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson, all right.
Have a good one, Diego.
All right, thank you.
Let's get to our next caller up on the line. It's going to be Cam. Let's see what Cam wants to talk about. Cam's our next caller. Cam, what's good?
My bad. Okay, so I have Tank in my running back 2 spot. I also have Pollard in my flex. Should I start, instead of starting Pollard in my flex, should I start DJ Moore?
Yes.
Yeah, and then change Tank from flex into running back 2?
Yep.
Okay, thank you so much.
Good job, Cam. Let's get to our next caller. Let's go to Yusuf. Let's see what Yusuf wants to talk about. Yusuf's next up on the line. Yusuf, what's good?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, I got a trade. I'm trying to trade Amon-Ra and Kareem Hunt for Nico Collins and Montgomery.
I think you're giving up a little bit too much value.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good one. By the way, if you've already called and we've taken your call, that's why you're not showing up right away. So like Mav, I know you say you're going crazy and I'm sorry, but we did take your call earlier, so that's why you fall in the queue. That's why it goes to the other people who haven't called. I think, they get whatever. Crew Peterson, what's good?
Hey, can you hear me?
I can.
All right, for flex, do I start Tillman, Madison, Dowdle, or Jalen Warren?
Tillman, Madison, Jalen Warren, and who?
Dowdle, Rico Dowdle.
I'd go Jalen Warren.
Okay, and then for tight end, Hawkinson or...
Hawkinson's not playing. Hawkinson's not playing.
Okay, and then one more thing. Do you think I should sell BTJ high?
Yeah, if you've got depth at wide receiver to do it, not a bad idea.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good one, crew. Next caller up on the line is going to be Goofy. Let's see what Goofy wants to talk about. Goofy's next up on the line. Goofy, what's good?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. What's up?
Appreciate you taking my call, man. Just got a quick question for you. Do you think Cooper Kupp is going over 67 yards today?
I wish I could take him at over 49.5.
That's what I was thinking too. I don't know about that. Also, Matthew Stafford over 1.5 touchdowns today.
Over 1.5?
Yeah, that Vikings defense is
good against the run, bad against the pass. I know. I would say, yeah. What I would really rather do is I'd rather do a same game parlay where I'm taking Matthew Stafford over like 224.5 passing yards and Cooper Kupp over 49.5 receiving yards.
Heard you, man. Appreciate it.
Have a good one, Goofy. Let's get to our next caller. Let's go to the RJ. Let's see what the RJ wants to talk about. The RJ's next up on the line. The RJ, what's good?
Hey, what's up, Butt Fumble?
What's happening?
All right, so I know D-Hop got traded to the Chiefs. Not sure really how you're feeling about it, but my flex is a struggle. So I have Austin Eckler there and Juju, but he's hurt. So I thought about trading Devontae Smith, who's my wide receiver too, for Devontae Smith, or trade Devontae Smith, get D-Hop, Deontay Johnson, and Jonathan Brooks.
I get it. I'm okay with it. I think there's an upside to it, as in you're taking some risk, but there's some value there. I like the idea of it, yeah. It may not work out, but it's worth a gamble. Yeah.
I also forgot. I have Kincaid and Hunter Henry. He also wants one of those tight ends in that trade.
Yeah, I'm fine giving up Hunter Henry.
Okay. All right, that was my only question. Appreciate you, man.
Have a good one, the RJ. Next caller is going to be Raggedy Pancakes. Let's see what Raggedy Pancakes wants to talk about. Raggedy Pancakes, what's good?
Yo, what's going on?
What's happening?
Just one question. I have Jacobs, Jones, and Najee. Who would you start out of those two?
Jacobs, Aaron Jones, and Najee?
Yeah, Jacobs.
I'd
Jones,
start
and
Aaron
Najee.
Jones, just ahead of Najee.
Okay. And start Jacobs?
Huh?
Would you start Jacobs over Najee?
No, I'd start Najee over Jacobs.
Okay, Najee over Jacobs. And then for my wide receivers, I have Tyreek London and Jaden Reed. Who would you start out of those two?
Oh, man. I would start all three and put one at the flex.
Okay, one at the flex?
Yep.
All right, cool. Thank you so much.
Have a good one. Let's go to our next caller. Next up on the line is going to be Jackie Tover. Let's see what Jackie Tover wants to talk about. Jack, what's good?
Hey, I got a few questions. So, do I start Geno Smith or Dak Prescott?
Man, it's close.
Yeah.
I'm going Dak. I'm going Dak just barely.
Okay, and then for my, I have a lot of depth on wide receivers. So should I start? So like, can you pick three? So I got Cooper Kupp, Garrett Wilson, BTJ, DeAndre Hopkins, Wando Robinson, Jacoby Myers.
Hit me with the first three again.
Gotcha. Cooper Kupp, Garrett Wilson, BTJ.
I'd go Kupp and Wilson. Kupp and Wilson just ahead of BTJ. Close though.
Well, it's start three. So.
Oh, then those three. Then those three.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the last question. So I have these two defenses. I have the Broncos and the Pittsburgh defense. Both have really good matchups.
Go Broncos defense.
Okay, cool. Appreciate it.
Have a good one. Next caller up on the line is going to be Justin. Let's see what Justin wants to talk about. Justin's our next caller. Justin, what's good?
What's up, man? How's it going?
Loving life. How can I help you?
I need you to pick three receivers for me. I have DJ Moore, Jaden Reed, Zay Flowers, and Chris Olave.
Jaden, sorry, hit me with it one more time.
Zay Flowers, Jaden Reed, DJ Moore, and Chris Olave.
I would sit Flowers. I'd sit Flowers.
Okay. And what do you think is the best defense for rest of the season?
What's the best defense rest of season? I'm going to take a risk, and I'm going to say the Houston Texans is probably up there in terms of best defense rest of season.
Okay. I appreciate it, man.
Have a good one. Next caller up on the line is going to be Abha. Abhe is next up on the line. AB, what's good?
Yo.
How can I help you?
I need you to pick two wide receivers for me.
Go for it.
BTJ, Cooper Kupp, and Puka Nacua.
I'd go Kupp and BTJ. Kupp and BTJ.
All right, thank you, man.
Have a good one. Next caller on the line is going to be Derek. Derek is going to be the next caller on the line. Derek, D-E-R-I-C. Derek is the next one. Derek, what's good?
Hello, sir. How you doing?
Loving life. How can I help you?
Okay, so I got I got Watto and Amari Cooper starting this week, and I need some help with my flex. Should I put Chase Brown in my flex or Wicks? And yeah, that's it. Chase Brown.
I'd go Wicks.
All right, cool. Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Have a good one. Let's go to our next caller. It's going to be Thomas Snow. Thomas Snow is our next caller up on the line. Let's see what Thomas wants to talk about. Oh, spinning wheel of death. Oh, Thomas, what's good?
How's it going?
What's happening? How can I help you?
All right, Sam Darnold or Joe Burrow this week?
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow, okay, and then
Gotta stay on TikTok or you mute yourself.
okay, never mind, we're all good.
Okay. Appreciate the call. Let's go to Ayush. Let's see what Ayush wants to talk about. Next up on the line, Ayush, what's good?
I'm good. How about you?
What's happening? How can I help you?
So I have 3 running backs, but I don't know. I want to start 2 of them.
Okay.
So I have Dobbins, Aaron Jones, and Jonathan Taylor.
I'm going to go Dobbins and Jones just ahead of Taylor. It's close, though. Very close.
Okay, and also, so my receivers, I have A.J. Brown, T. Higgins, and Terry McLaurin.
I would sit McLaurin this week, and if I could, I'd put JT at the flex.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. Thank you.
Bingo. Let's go to our next caller. Let's go to Tart. Let's see what Tart wants to talk about. Tart's our next caller on the line. Tart, what's good?
Hey, I have some questions.
Fire away.
I need to start 2 wide receivers, like A.J. Brown on my 1. I got Lockett, MHJ, and Pittman.
Hit me with the 4 one more time.
It was MHJ, Lockett, or Pittman.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
MHJ, Lockett, or Pittman.
Sorry, and the McMillan, too.
Yikes. I'm going to go Pittman. I'm going to say Pittman just barely.
Okay. And then I had 2 spots.
Oh, so I get a second one?
Yeah.
So I would sit MHJ. That's who I would sit.
Okay. Okay. All right. And then Zach Ertz or Trey McBride.
Trey McBride only because Jaden Daniels isn't playing. So no Zach Ertz. Sit Zach Ertz. That's what I would do. There you go, Tart. Let's go to Spencer. Spencer's going to be our next caller up on the line. Let's see what Spencer wants to talk about. Spencer, what's good?
Hey, man, how are you?
Love and life. How can I help you?
I got 2 questions. Do I go Sam Darnold or Tua?
I'd go Tua.
Okay, one more.
Stay on TikTok, or otherwise you mute yourself.
Okay, I need 3 receivers. I have Waddle, Pickens, Jordan Reed, and Devonta Smith. I need 3.
I would sit Pickens. I'd sit Pickens.
Okay, got you. Thank you so much.
Have a good one, Spencer. Let's go to Eggy. Let's see what Eggy's question is. Eggy's next on the line. Eggy, what's good?
Hey, what's up?
How can I help you?
Okay, so I have Garrett Wilson, Deontay Johnson, Deebo Samuel, CeeDee Lamb, and Chuba Hubbard, and I need to know who to start out of those guys.
How many do I get to start?
Okay, so I'm obviously gonna start CD.
Okay.
And I already have my running back positions filled out with JK and Kyron.
Okay.
I just need who my wide receiver 2 is in my flex. So Garrett Wilson, Deontay Johnson, Deebo, and Chuba.
Well, you only have one running back in that group, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Garrett Wilson would be the other wide receiver.
Okay.
And then I'm picking a flex out of that group?
Yeah.
I guess it's Chuba Hubbard, barely.
Okay.
Yeah. That's how I go, Maggie.
Thank you so much.
Good luck. Let's go to our next caller. Let's go to Nathan Larson. Nathan Larson's our next up on the line. Nathan, what's good?
Yo, what's up? How you doing?
Love and life. How can I help you?
So I have 2 questions. So out of 2, I have wide receivers. Who should I start? Should I start Ladd, Devo, Pittman, or Olave?
I'd go Ladd McConkey just barely. If Olave is fully healthy by Saturday night, I'll switch to him. But for the moment, I'm leaning Ladd McConkey.
Okay. And then my second question is, so I need wide receiver help. My running backs are amazing. I got JT and Bijan. Would you trade Chubb for DeAndre Hopkins?
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
I would.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Have a good one. Next caller up on the line is going to be BK's Finest. BK's Finest is next up on the line. BK's Finest, what's good?
Hey, I got a couple quick questions.
Fire away.
Stafford or Wilson?
Stafford.
Okay. Mason or Chuba? Mason?
Mason.
Okay. Now, Jaden Reed, Drake London, Terry McLaurin, Smitty, and Dell.
How many do I get to start?
Sit 1.
Sit 1?
Yeah. So I'm able to put 3 wide receivers and 1 at flex.
Okay, give me them one more time. I'll tell you the one to sit.
All right, Terry McLaurin, Jaden Reed, Drake London, Smitty, and Tank Dell.
McLaurin.
Yeah, I was kind of figuring that. Okay, well, real quick, I'm just getting a cosign from you. I kind of figured these. Real quick, Kelsey or Andrews?
Wow, tight. I'm gonna say Kelsey barely.
Yeah, I got it, man.
It's close
Okay.
though.
One more quick one.
You're good.
Would you trade? I have it's a 2 QB league with a 3 QB max roster, but I have 4 QBs because I had Tua in the inactive. So now I have Jalen Hurts. I have Hurts and Lamar at my QB, and now I have Derek Carr and Tua. So I'm thinking to trade away Carr.
See you, Derek Carr. Peace. Like I never knew you.
Now, do you think I keep Tua? Do you think I can trade Mason, Downs, and Dell for Tyreek Hill?
For Tyreek Hill? Maybe. How much do the other owners in your league smoke? You know, like maybe. Maybe.
I mean, I'm dominating the league, but otherwise I would have to maybe put Dell or Scary Terry.
But I like those two. If I were to trade one of them, I'd trade Dell because when Nico Collins comes back, Dell's value will come down.
Yeah. All right. So okay, that's it.
Hey, BK's finest. Are you in Brooklyn?
Yes, sir.
Are you a firefighter?
No, I'm not.
You're just Brooklyn's finest.
I'm just Brooklyn's finest.
I got you. Are you a Yankee fan?
I'm a Mets fan.
Sorry about it. Good luck on next season. Congratulations on the season you had, and good luck to your Giants, man.
It was better than I've had in a long time, and it's better than the torture I'm going through with the Giants.
Yo, let's just hope the Yankees lose, because I would hate to be in New York City if all these Yankee fans start getting that ego back. So.
I've been fighting them my whole life.
I know the struggle. I know the struggle. BK's finest. We'll talk again soon. Let's get to our next caller. It's going to be Bean. Bean's our next caller up on the line. See what Bean wants to talk about. Bean, what's good?
Yeah, so I got Jaden Daniels at QB, and I need to pick
Not
one
this
up
week. Not this week.
So should I pick up Darnold or go with Rodgers?
I'm going to lean Aaron Rodgers barely.
Okay, appreciate it. And also, would you trade BTJ for Najee straight up?
No. Don't do that deal, Bean.
So, I'm the one getting BTJ and giving up Najee.
Oh, okay. Well, you got to say these things, Bean. I'm just assuming the player you know the way you said it. No, if I'm getting BTJ and I'm giving up Najee, yes. Okay, Bean. Yeah. Now that I know, yes, I do that trade.
All right, appreciate it. Have a good one.
Have a good one, Beam. Let's get to our next caller on the line. It's gonna be Man 1515. Let's see what Man 1515 wants to talk about. Man, what's good?
Hey, how's it going?
Love and life. How can I help you?
Yeah, I'm having a flex problem right now, so I'm deciding between Bateman, Tutu Atwell, or Travis Etienne.
I'd go Tutu Atwell. Even with Puka and Kupp coming back.
Oh, okay, cool. And then I was thinking also too for my final flex spot to put Shakur. Is that a good one?
Compared to who?
Jennings, Etienne.
I might like Jennings a little bit more, to be honest with you. I think I like Jennings a little bit more.
San Fran.
I like Jennings over Shakir.
Yeah. Okay. All right, then I'll take that.
Have a good one. Let's get to our next caller. Let's go to Esteban. Esteban's next up on the line. See what Esteban wants to talk about. Esteban, what's good?
Can you hear me?
I can.
Awesome. Well, I had a quick question. Who's winning on this trade? Zay Flowers and Bucky Irving for Puka Nacua.
Well, the Zay Flowers and Bucky Irving side's winning, of course.
Okay. All right, that's it.
There you go. Appreciate the call, Esteban. Good luck on it. Let's get to our next caller. Let's go to Mesh the One. Mesh the One is the next up on the line. Let's see what Mesh the One wants to talk about. Mesh the One, what's good?
2 wide receivers out of these 5.
Okay, 2 wide receivers out of 5. Okay.
Yeah. St. Brown, Calvin Ridley, Keon Coleman, Wan'Dale Robinson, or Rashad Bateman.
Yikes. I'm going to go St. Brown 1, and give me the 4 one more time.
Calvin Ridley, Keon Coleman, Wan'Dale Robinson.
I'm going to go Ridley. I'm going to go Ridley as the 2. So you're playing 2 wide receivers in that Titans Lions game.
Yes. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Have a good one. Good luck. Let's go to our next caller. Let's go to V.A. Simpson. V.A. Simpson is going to be our next caller on the line. See what V.A. Simpson wants to talk about. V.A., what's good?
Hey, can you hear me?
I can.
Excellent. Thank you for your time.
Of course.
I need to drop one. I need to drop Ray Davis, Charbonnet, or Zach Moss.
I dropped Zach Moss. I feel like his value has come and gone. I dropped Moss. I feel like Davis is the one I should drop, but his value is kind of climbing by the week.
Right.
It's close. It's close between those two, but I think I'm dropping Moss. I don't have real strong conviction behind it, but that's just where I came out.
Okay. I like it. Thanks a lot. Have a good night.
You as well. Enjoy the game this evening. Let's go to our next caller. Let's go to Mo. Let's see what Mo wants to talk about. Mo, what's good?
Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, I have Dobbins, B-Rob, Kyron, and Connor. But I have Anthony Richardson, and I've been streaming quarterbacks every week. My friend wants to trade me Purdy for Chase Brown. Should I do it?
Yeah.
And my other question is, I have Pitts, Njoku, and Goddard, and I just have to activate
Pitts.
Puka.
Pitts would be the one I would start.
Okay, no, I was saying, should I drop Goddard for a bench spot? Because I just had to activate Puka.
Here's what I would say. It sounds like you've got a bunch of pieces that could all be part of a trade package to upgrade to actually get a legit starter at a position. So I would bundle a couple of these players together and try to upgrade, even beyond Purdy.
Okay. All right, that's pretty much it. Thank you.
Good luck, Mo. Let's get to our next caller. Let's go to Steve. Steve's next on the line. Let's see what Steve wants to talk about.
Wow, I didn't expect it very early. I need a flex play. Amari Cooper, McMillan, Hopkins, and Chase Brown.
Cooper.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Have a good one, Steve. Next caller on the line is going to be Adam Fox. Let's see what Adam Fox wants to talk about. Adam Fox, next up on the line. Adam, what's good?
How are you?
Loving life. How can I help you?
Well, I was offered a trade for Kittle. Somebody offered me Devonta Smith and Laporta. My current receivers right now are Cup, Marvin Harrison.
You're giving up Kittle, and you're getting Devonta Smith and who?
Laporta.
I'd do the trade. 100%.
Do it?
100%. Yep.
Okay. All right, that's all I needed.
All right, Adam. Good luck. Let's go to our next caller. Let's go to Hawkeye. Let's see what Hawkeye wants to talk about this evening. By the way, we've been live for 2 hours and 10 minutes, so we've been getting the calls, folks. Hawkeye, what's good?
Well, I got Caleb Williams or Geno Smith or Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins. Okay, on my running backs, I got Connor, Cook, Dobbins, and Irving. Which two?
Cook and Dobbins. Cook and Dobbins.
Cooks and Dobbins. Okay, on my receivers, I got St. Brown, Garrett Wilson, and Jennings.
I'd go St. Brown and Wilson.
St. Brown and Wilson. And on my flex, out of those I just gave you?
I forget the running backs. Jennings is the wide receiver, and who are the running backs?
Irving and Connor.
Man, that's close. I'm gonna lean towards Bucky Irving.
Bucky Irving?
Yep.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you.
See ya, Hawkeye. Let's go to Fro Purdy, I think is the name. I'm probably getting it right, so forgive me. Fro Purdy, what's good?
Yeah.
What's up?
Hey, it's Mav. The other Q. I had
Oh, okay. Well, no, you're just fooling us. Okay. Well, you can tell I'm. It's nothing against you. It's just once I take a call, like I don't want to take the same person over and over. It's not fair. So, anyways, now that you tricked us, go ahead. What's your question?
So
What is this? Your girlfriend's account?
No, it's my mom's.
Even worse, dog. Now I'm gonna hook up with your mom. Now I'm gonna go check her out afterwards. Go ahead, man. What's your question?
You got me messed up, bro. All right. So I got London, and then I got Chase. My bad, Jamar Chase, and then shit. What else I got? Damn, you threw me off.
That's what I'm trying to do. Once you fuck with me, I'm gonna fuck with you. You coming through the back door, dude, with your little mom's account shit. I'm gonna make fun of your moms.
All right. I got Jamar Chase, St. Brown, and London. Should I start?
I'd go Jamar Chase and I'd go London.
No. Should I start Cup over any of them?
Oh, I would start. Who is the one in the middle that I didn't want?
I don't know.
St. Brown. I would go Cup over St. Brown. Cup over St. Brown.
Oh, bro, I'm a Lions fan. I can't.
Well, then what the fuck are you asking me for? like if you don't want to move out of St. Brown, dude, then I'm giving you the advice. Then play him, and then I would say no. Then I would say sit Cup if you're not willing to move on from St. Brown.
Okay. And then what do we got? Chargers or Bills defense?
Chargers defense.
All right, bet. All right, that's it, man.
All right, I'll see you in your uncle's account soon. Okay, we'll see you soon. All right, next caller is gonna be Jeremiah. Jeremiah is next up on the line. See what Jeremiah wants to talk about. Jeremiah, what's good?
Yo, what's good?
What's happening?
So I just got a trade, and I want to know if you think I should accept it or decline it.
Bring it.
So it was Amon-Ra and Drake London. Oh.
Stay on TikTok, or otherwise you mute yourself. Can't hear you.
Yeah, I'm back.
Say the trade again.
It was Amon-Ra and Drake London for Jamar Chase. And it was Derrick Henry.
I'd rather have the Chase and Henry side.
All right.
Good with that? There you go.
Yeah.
Let's get to our next caller. Let's go to Ryan Peabody. Ryan Peabody's next up on the line. Ryan, what's good?
Hey, what's going on? I need you to pick one running back. Travis Etienne, Alexander Madison, or Tyler Algier.
Yikes. I'm going to go Tyler Algier, just barely.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, thank you, man.
Good luck. Not a lot of great options. Okay, let's go to Shrank Outdoors. Shrank Outdoors, also known as George Costanza syndrome. Let's go to Shrank Outdoors. Shrank, what's good?
Yo, do you think Puka's the start tonight? I got Marvin Harrison on the bench that I'm thinking about starting Puka over him.
I kind of would. If Puka is cleared and good to go by game time, I would say yes. Tough matchup for MHJ this week.
Okay, and then also I traded I traded Brian Thomas Jr. for Devontae Adams.
Fair
last
trade.
Week.
Fair trade.
And then I also traded Darnell Mooney for James Conner.
That's a coin flip. That could go either way. I don't feel as strongly about that one.
Okay.
That's right, come on.
Good.
Have a good one, man.
You're the man.
Appreciate you. Let's get to our next caller. Let's go to Hand It To You. Let's go to Hand It To You as our next caller on the line. Spinning wheel. Let's see if we can get through. Hand It To You. Call me back. We're getting the spinning wheel of death, so call me back. I'm not connecting with you, so call me back, okay, ma'am? Let's go to Tem. Let's see what Tem wants to talk about. Tem is next up on the line. Let's see what Tem wants to talk about. Tem, what's good? Yo, you're muted, dog. You're paused. Come back to TikTok. Tem, what's good? Tem, you with us? Now I got you. Now I can hear you. What's up, man?
Alright, perfect. Quick question. I am wanting to start BTJ again. I have Dell and then Addison as well.
I'd rather start Dell.
Okay. and then A-Chain or Josh Connor, James Conner, rest of the season.
Rest of season?
Yeah.
I think it's a coin flip, but I lean Achan. Now with Tua back, I lean Achan.
Okay, would you do this trade? It's going to be Purdy and James Conner for Diggs and Hurts.
I'd rather have Diggs and Hurts.
Awesome. All right. Appreciate you, man.
Have a good one. Next caller we're going to take is going to be Ty Markman. Ty Markman is next up on the line. Ty Markman, what's good?
What's up?
How can I help you?
So I need to pick one to bench, and I'm starting Tyreek, obviously, but I have Addison, Marv, Chubb, and Kirk. Who should I drop?
Who should you drop? Oh, sorry.
Not drop, I mean just bench. Like, I need to start three of them out of four.
Say him one more time. You said Chubb?
Chubb.
Yeah, Chubb's a sit. Chubb's a sit. He's facing the Ravens this week. Terrible matchup.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And then also I just have Freiermuth or Andrews at tight end.
I'd go Andrews on that one.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. He's been picking it up the last 2
See,
years.
you're killing it, Ty. You don't even need me, dog. You're crushing it.
Just to make sure. All right, thank you.
I got you, man. Good luck. We'll talk soon. Let's go to our next caller. Let's go to user 4904. User 4904, also known as an LA Kings fan. What's good?
What's up, Nathan? How are you?
How can I help you?
So I got Marvin Harrison on the lineup and Lockett and McMillan on the bench. You think I should switch one of those out?
No, I probably keep what you have. It's tough options this week. I just hold my nose and I try and suffer through it.
Oh, cool. Thank you. And Andrews or Komet for the tight end?
Andrews.
Really? Okay, cool. Thank you, brother.
Have a good one. Let's go to Hand It To You. Hand It To You tried to join earlier. We were getting some connection issues. I always try to give a second chance to the folks who tried, but then connection couldn't happen. Hand It To You. What's good?
How's it going, Butt Fumble?
Love and life. How can I help you?
Oh man. Okay, so I am 6-1 in my league.
Of course you are.
And I'm looking towards the playoffs.
Bingo.
Do I trade Mason for Waddle?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Make that trade?
Yep.
Okay. Now my second question is, do you start? So I have Bijan as my RB1. Do I start JT over Hunt this week?
I wouldn't. It's so tough for me. Hunt has the better matchup and has been playing well. JT's been injured, but historically has torched the Texans. I think I'm going to stay with the guy who's hot right now, and I'd go Hunt.
Okay, perfect. And just one last thing about Hunt is Hunt's value in jeopardy with Edwards-Helaire coming back.
No. With Pacheco coming back, yes. With Pacheco coming back, yes. With Clyde Edwards-Helaire, no.
Perfect. Hey, that is all I need from you, my friend. I appreciate your time.
Good luck. We'll talk again soon. Let's go to Packers Card Exchange. Packers Card Exchange is going to be next up on the line. Packers Card Exchange, what's good?
Hey, what's going on, brother?
How can I help you?
Just a quick question, bro. I'm starting Garrett Wilson. I'm just trying to see what other receiver I should put in. I have George Pickens and Romeo Doubs.
Oh, Romeo Doubs.
Romeo Doubs over Pickens? For sure, man.
Yep.
And then defense-wise, I have the Chargers and the Steelers. I'm kind of leaning towards the Chargers.
I'd go Chargers as well.
All right, man. Appreciate your help.
Have a good one, Packers Card Exchange. We'll talk again soon. Next caller, been waiting patiently. Let's go to CJ. CJ, good, loyal follower, waiting patiently. CJ, what's good?
What's up, man? All right, I'm going to read you my running back room real quick, ask a question. So I've got Jahmyr Gibbs, Brian Robinson Jr. so far slotted in my starters. Off the bench, I've got Montgomery, Bucky Irving, Chase Brown, Bigsby, and Jonathan Brooks in the IR. Who do you like to start?
I like who you've got in the lineup. Bucky would maybe be a flex play if you need one, but I like who you've got in the starting lineup.
Okay, would you flex him over Brian Thomas Jr.?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm with you. Okay, and then since you just heard my running back room, would you potentially sell high on Bigsby?
I would package a couple of those together to yes. You have like 7 dwarfs. I want one normal sized person. You know what I mean? Like package 2 together in a trade. No knock on dwarves.
Right, but the other thing I'm struggling with is like my wide receiver room is really good. I've got Justin Jefferson, AJ Brown, DK Metcalf, and Brian Thomas Jr. So I'm like,
yeah. So think big. Maybe one wide receiver and 2 running backs gets you a Jamar Chase or a CeeDee Lamb or gets you something of that caliber. So.
Right. All right. Cool, man. I appreciate you.
That's what I do, CJ. Good luck. Let's get to our next caller. It's going to be Nawaf. Nawaf is going to be our next caller on the line. Let's see what Nawaf wants to talk about. Nawaf, what's good?
What's up, man? You hear me?
I can. How can I help you?
Yeah, so I was just wondering, so right now from running backs, I have Walker, Swift, Dobbins, and Dowdle, right?
Dobbins and Walker would be the 2 I'd play.
Dobbins and Walker?
Yep.
And then for wide receivers, I have CD, Cup, Marvin Harrison Jr., and Brian Thomas Jr.
I'd go CeeDee Lamb, Cup, and BTJ would be in the flex.
Okay, perfect, man. Appreciate it.
Have a good one. Let's get to our next caller. We're not going to be on too much longer because I've been on for about 2 hours and 20 minutes. But next one, Alejandro, I think is the next one. Alejandro, what's good, man?
Good. Yeah, so right now, I'm struggling with wide receivers. I had Godwin. Godwin's obviously out. Debo's Debo's as well. Debo's he's sick or whatever. So my bench, I have Olave, Mooney, and McConkey.
Mooney's a must play for me. Mooney.
Yeah, Mooney. Yeah. Okay. And then also I have Josh Allen as my QB. I was offered a trade for DJ Moore and Chuba Hubbard for Josh Allen. What do you think?
I'm okay with it if you have another quarterback, but if you're creating a hole, I'm not crazy about it.
Yeah, I have Sam Darnold on my bench. So, yeah.
That's not good enough for me. I still think that's creating a hole.
Okay. And then, yeah, because for my running backs, all I have is Breece Hall, and then my other running back is Rachaad White. So, you think I should just stick with what I have and not do the trade?
Yeah, and then look to the waiver wire.
Okay, sounds good, man. Thank you.
Be good. Next caller, it's going to be Justin Eubanks. Let's see what Justin wants to talk about. Justin's next up on the line. Justin, what's good?
Hey, how you doing?
Loving life. How can I help you?
Have running backs. So Kyron, Hunt, Mason, Montgomery, and Bixby. I need to.
I'd go Hunt and Mason.
Hunt, Mason. Okay.
Yep.
So that leaves me a flex. You ready for this?
Yep.
So I have Kyron, Montgomery, Bixby, Debo, Adams, Moore, and BTJ.
I'd go Adams, barely.
Okay.
Close, though.
That's all I need. Thank you so much.
Good luck. Let's go to Elliot Crouch. Elliot Crouch is going to be the next caller up on the line. Let's see what Elliot wants to talk about. Elliot, what's good?
Hey, boss, how you doing?
Loving life. How can I help you?
Good. I had 2 questions just before game time. I got Kenneth Walker starting right now. I was wondering if I should just keep him in or play Kyron.
No, I'd keep Kenneth Walker, I think.
Okay. And then I have another question for wide receivers. I got Garrett Wilson right now. Do we think we replace him with Cup this week, or?
I'm going to stick with Wilson. It's super close. I want to say Cup. If Cup had been healthy like last week and this, I would say him. But both have good matchups. Wilson, I think he's been healthy. I know what I'm getting a little bit more. I'm going to go Wilson.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Good luck, Elliot. It's a tough one. All-Star Bets. All-Star Bets is next up on the line. Let's see what All-Star Bets wants to talk about. All-Star Bets, what's good?
Hey, what's up, man?
How can I help you?
So I have DK and DK, James Cook, and Terry McLaurin for my flex.
James Cook.
All right, cool. And I have one more question. You got any player props you like for this game tonight?
So, perfect segue, All-Star Bets. Thank you for taking us in the exact direction I want to go. Because it's almost 7, I'm going to end my fantasy football Q&A, and I'm going to spend the next 15 to 20 minutes doing our research for tonight's game. So, if you just keep watching All-Star Bets, you're going to see them right now.
All right, sounds good.
How about that? So, for all those watching the show, forgive me. We're going to end the fantasy football Q&A. We're going to end fantasy football Q&A. I know, that'll leave 50 people left, but that's fine. We're going to do some sports betting research right now. Some sports betting research to get you guys ready for tonight's game. So, that's what we're going to be focused on. We're going to use the Outlier app to do that. So, if you guys want to follow along, No more fantasy football Q&A for now. We'll do that maybe later tonight, but we are going to do some sports betting research. So, as the number goes down, let's take some looks at it. First things first, just be aware of the fact that the Minnesota Vikings are getting a ton of money. 99% of the money tonight is on the Vikings to win. There are some trends that back the Rams, so if you're looking to go on the side of the sports books and to fade the public, bet the Rams. There is some value there. The Rams at plus 130, there is some value there for a home team. Sean McVay on short rest. That's what really has my attention when it comes to the trends. So as a quick show, Sean McVay on less than, when his rest is less than 5 days, when Sean McVay, when his team is on less than 5 days of rest, Jesus Christ, just close it. When his team is on 5 days of rest, they are 7-1 straight up. The Rams are 7-1 straight up when a Sean McVay team is on less than 5 days of rest like they are tonight. In fact, they've covered the spread in 5 straight games under this scenario. Now, when they're a dog under this scenario, it's only happened once. They did win the game. It was against the Raiders, 17-16 win. Not a big sample size, but definitely something that has me a bit worried. Let's go over to the player prop bets. That's what people are worried about. That's what most of you are focused on. So let's take a quick look at that, everybody. So on the player prop bets for this game, first one that I'm interested in is going to be Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones is a really good play for this game. Let's quickly look at him. Aaron Jones, great matchup tonight, going up against a Rams run defense that's just been bad. The over-under on rushing plus receiving yards is at 98.5. He's hit this very consistently, though. In fact, if we go to his road games, Aaron Jones has gone over 98.5 rushing plus receiving yards in 6 straight road games. 6 straight road games. Now, the Rams, they're bad against rush. They're better against receiving. But I actually like this play as well. I'm going to take it down just a little bit. Aaron Jones over 89.5 rushing plus receiving yards. Aaron Jones over 89.5 rush plus receiving yards. I don't just like that, though. I do like him on rushing yards as well. Rushing yards right now is set at 70.5. Again, he's hit this very consistently, specifically 6 straight games. I like this at the mark that it's set at right now. I'd probably be on the other side of the 70, but I'll take Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones over 69.5 rushing yards. So I believe in Aaron Jones very high tonight. Big on him. That's going to be a pick I put up on the board. Aaron Jones rushing plus receiving yards and then rushing yards. If you want to take an anytime touchdown play, he has a touchdown in 4 of his last 8 games overall. However, games on the road, he's actually been a bit better. 2 out of his last 4. Rams give up their 20th in touchdowns allowed to running backs. If you want to take it, I'm not going to bet it. I'm not going to put it on the board. Rather, I did bet it, but I'm not putting it up on the board. Let's go to our next player prop bet, everybody. Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford, I like him on passing completions. Completions tonight. Sorry, not completions, attempts. I mean attempts. The Vikings give up the most pass attempts in the NFL. Let me repeat that. The Minnesota Vikings are ranked 32nd in the NFL in pass attempts allowed to quarterbacks. Now, it's at 34.5 right now. Buy it at 33.5 if you can. It's available on FanDuel. Otherwise, on most sports books, it's going to be available at 34.5. I'm going to take it. Matthew Stafford over 34.5 passing attempts. Over 34.5 passing attempts. So that's one I like. Next one that I like, let's go to pass yards. Matthew Stafford passing yards has gone under the total in 4 of the last 5 games, but they've been arbitrarily high. I like this at 224.5. I know he hasn't hit it consistently, but when he's played with Cooper Kupp, he's hit this total in 8 of his last 9 games. That's over 224.5. I'm going to put that up on the board. Matthew Stafford over 224.5 passing yards. Over 224.5 passing yards for Matthew Stafford. So we took Aaron Jones. We took Matthew Stafford. Quickly getting Aaron Jones rushing yards back up on the board here. Over 69.5 rushing yards. Another pick that we like. So those are a couple that we like for tonight's action. Let's go to Cooper Kupp. Let's take a look at Cooper Kupp's value on the sports betting market. Receiving yards is set at 49.5. You guys know I really like that spot. At home, he's hit this in 4 of his last 7 games at home. Consistent? No. But the teams he went up against before were pretty good pass defenses. I think this is a solid play. I'm going to take Cooper Kupp. If I wanted to buy it down, not enough value on it, I'm going to take it at the 49.5. So Cooper Kupp over 49.5 receiving yards. Over 49.5 receiving yards. Let's go to the other side of things. Really quick, I just want to talk about Jordan Addison. Jordan Addison, really quick, on his receiving yards. Set at 46.5. Rams, 8th actually in wide receiver receiving yards. On the road, better than at home. Do I like it at its current spot? 46.5, no. But for a lot of parlays, I like it at 29.5. You could even take it at 39.5, and I think it has some value. I'm going to put it up on the board. Jordan Addison over 39.5 receiving yards. Another pick that I like up on the board. So far we have Aaron Jones over 89.5 rushing plus receiving yards. We have Aaron Jones over 69.5 rushing yards. We have Matthew Stafford over 34.5 passing attempts. We have Matthew Stafford over 24.5 passing yards. We have Cooper Kupp over 49.5 receiving yards. And Jordan Addison over 39.5 receiving yards. As for a game pick, everyone's taking the Vikings. Everyone's taking the Vikings. I don't like it anymore. I liked it earlier in the week. I don't like it anymore. I am jumping ship. I am going to take the Rams to cover. I am taking the Rams at +5, +5.5. If you want to take it at a safe spot, Rams +6.5 is a safe spot. But I think the Rams cover. I'm buying it up to 5. I think the Rams cover the +5. I don't like that everyone's on the Vikings. I like Sean McVay in a short week. I like the fact that the injury news is actually favoring the Rams than it is the Vikings. Do I think the Vikings could win? Sure. Do I think the Rams are going to cover tonight? I think they do. I'd make sure I'd buy it at least at 4.5 because I think it's going to be a weird kind of game. But I like the Rams to cover at +5 or +6.5. That is our show, everyone. Appreciate you guys watching. If you guys want every bet that I make every day, DM me on Instagram. ButtFumbleSports is my handle. DM me on Instagram, ButtFumbleSports. I make my picks available every day. Obviously, I'm live every day to answer fantasy questions. So DM me on Instagram for my picks and hit that follow button, everybody. Hit that follow button. You want every bet that I made? DM me on Instagram, ButtFumbleSports. I'll give away all of my picks for free, so that way you never miss them. Can't wait to see you guys again tomorrow. We'll do a show at 4:30 tomorrow afternoon, everybody. 4:30 tomorrow afternoon. Can't wait to see you guys then. Until then, I hope you stay healthy. I hope you stay safe. I hope you have a wonderful Thursday night watching football. We've got World Series baseball tomorrow, so it should be a great Friday show. Make sure you join us at 4:30. Until then, good night, everybody. Enjoy Thursday night football.